What up? What's going on? Yes, sir. All right, let's get this shared up in a few places. Show. I'm gonna refresh this real quick so I can get this. Refresh this real quick so I can get this pinned in the pinned comment there. Yeah, pin that. We're gonna slide over here too. All right, all right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, yeah, let me get this pinned up. Yes, sir. I don't know if YouTube been having some technical difficulties here with the chat, but it should be in there, right? Should be in there. So that's what we got there. Um, man, uh, we're all over that New York Yankees game yesterday. That was lit, right? Reads were on point. It says the audio stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended. Hopefully everything is fine with that. All right, weather here. Uh, take a look at the weather. MLB weather for 620. Seattle or Chicago. Any rain should be light enough to stay. Light enough to not matter. Winds booking it out to left center at 15 miles an hour on a warm day. Yes, please. Right. Um, Texas is Pittsburgh. A few showers around. Likely not an issue. Baltimore at New York Yankees. One cluster of showers possible. First, possible around first pitch. Late start at worst. Probably not even that. Winds out sitter at 10 miles an hour. Uh, Detroit and Tampa Bay Rays. Models bring the storms a bit closer to Tampa than what we've seen most days. Chance for a delay, but the game should play. Right. Uh, Cincinnati, St. Louis, hot, humid, winds out the left, 10 miles an hour. Nice. Milwaukee, Minnesota, winds in from right at 10 miles an hour. Arizona at Colorado. This is game here. I don't really even have to look at it. It's just runs. That's what I expect. Runs. Cleveland Athletics, winds blowing out at 10 miles an hour in a minor league ballpark. Of course, you know what they do. Um, Winds blowing out at 20 miles an hour um, in the park that minimize wind impact in this Boston and San Francisco game here, right? So, it is what it is. That situation, so bang. Now, yeah. So let's get into these games. First and foremost, Jackson. I'll give you guys what I asked Jackson already. I've asked Jackson, give me your top home run plays. If you don't know about Jackson, this is my AI companion. Use my code D Bets DEEBETS, all caps, to get 20% off of your first purchase. Um, right now, we do have the plus EV section, so you can get in where you fit in, right? That is available on the top two tiers. So if you really want to use the plus EV market, you're really into that. Just get right over here and get in where you fit in, bro. Straight up, it is what it is. This is new, and and integrated with AI. It's gonna help you find those books that those bets that the books are sleeping on, right? So, Buxton, first home run play they gave us is Buxton. The next home run play they gave us is Colton Cowser. The next one, Pete Crow Armstrong. Then followed by Nick Kurtz. Then Ronald Acuna Jr. Okay, so uh, it is what it is with that situation. I asked them to give me their top MLB bets today. I haven't looked at these. They gave me Milwaukee Brewers at Minnesota Twins on the under. They gave us Yankees money line at the Baltimore versus Baltimore, right? So backing. Damn, I forget the pitcher's name. I didn't want. I wanted to back him as well. Um, Atlanta Braves at Miami. Braves money line. Cleveland at Oakland. Athletics plus 1.5 on the run line. Washington Nationals at Los Angeles Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw under 1.5 runs allowed. Wow. Damn, that's bold right there. That's bold. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that game, but we will definitely see it soon. Okay. So it is what it is. All right. So that's what Jackson likes so far. I would imagine these are some honorable mentions here, but I haven't bet them. I mean, I haven't looked at the honorable mentions and things like that. So let me see. All right, so let's get into these few games real quick. Um, 1 second here. Sorry guys, gotta get a few things together real quick. My fault. Plug in my computer. I looked over a few of these games already, but not a lot of them, right? And I'll give you guys my thoughts on the first few that I looked at. I'll use a page here. Uh, First few games that I looked at, I'll give you guys a quick look. Whatever, right? So let me refresh this page. Okay. First game here. We got an over under 9.5 in this one. My Chicago Cubs. Um, the bats haven't been what they what I like them to be as of late, especially the righties. But I am looking at the lefties here, and I'm looking at Pete Crow Armstrong. I'm also looking at Kyle Tucker along with Michael Bush, right? I was definitely looking at Kyle Tucker. I mean, I was definitely looking at Pete Crow Armstrong. Uh, um, um, Definitely, I was looking at him. Um, Pico Armstrong got a 22.5 launch angle right now. And just looking at, Kirby, um, right now, I just don't think Kirby is where he needs to be right now, right? So at the end of the day, and I'm not mistaken, I think he's given up most of his runs to uh, lefties or most of his bombs to lefties. Let's take a look. So he's given up 5 home runs. 4 of them come to lefties. He's pitching his worst to lefties. He's got a 333 batting average to lefties. Small sample size. He's probably pitched 4 or 5 games. But to keep this a little bit quicker or whatever the case may be, if I'm taking bats right now for the Cubs, I'm definitely going to be the lefties, right? It's going to be probably Kyle Tucker. It's going to be Michael Bush. It's going to be Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete Crow Armstrong is the one that I do like though, and Jackson is in agreement with that one. Ooh, shucks. If I had to rank them, I don't even know if I had to rank them because as of late, some of these guys do look good, and I can fast forward it to as of late here, and that's what I would do. So to keep this thing, because I did look at this game here. How about versus left hand hitting? How about last month for sure? Let's go Chicago Cubs, and then let's go George Kirby, and then sliding that to the lefties, right? So um, Pete Crow does have 4 home runs. Um, Kyle Tucker one, and Michael Bush two. All the barrels are there for these guys. So I'll flank it out to the last 2 weeks here. Uh, Pico Armstrong's he has 2 bombs in the last 2 weeks, 46 fly balls. So you'd like to see that, and then he's batting 360, 375 in the last 2 weeks. Even if you want to look at the last 7 days versus pitch mix, Kyle Tucker's 3 for 7, two for 6 for Pete Crow, and Michael Bush is 3 for 10. So, and he hadn't struck out Michael Bush. So I'm definitely looking at the lefties there. And then on the flip side here, uh, when I'm looking at so a little bit about these guys here. Over the course of the season, so we got Boyd and then Boyd on the mound. So I do have interest in Boyd's strikeouts to sitting at 5.5, right? This team can strike out versus lefties, but over the course of the season, they've shown the ability to hit lefties. Small sample size for Seattle, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, versus left-hand pitching, they have hit lefties over the course of the season. But like I said, small sample size. So looking at Seattle over the course of the season, a 25% K rate versus lefties, 105 WRC plus. So they've been kind of all right there. Last 30 days, take a look at it there. Last 30 days, Seattle 26% K rate, 96 WRC plus. And then last 14 days, I'll leave it at that. Um, Seattle has been top 10 still, 25% K rate, 113 WRC plus. But where they've been hitting them at the best was probably on the road, and so I'll flick it to on the road there, and then we're looking at the last 14 days right now, which will probably be the smallest of sample sizes. Um, but 72 plate appearances, 105 WLC plus, 25% K rate, but it does get better as you look at the last 30 days. Seattle still a top 10 on the road, but a 91 WRC plus. Probably was the last 7 days they probably seen something, right? Or seen someone, right? So Seattle. mm, So over the course of the season, so beyond the last 30 days, over the course of the season, 22% K rate, 126 WRC plus. The thing what I need to find out is where are they now, right? So like where are they? Where do they how are they now, right? So like uh looking at these guys, looking at Matthew Boyd, right? So he's giving up 9 bombs to righties. He does have a 21% K rate to righties, and then to lefties, he's got a 24% K rate. So he will sit somebody down. He will sit a few down. At home, he's sporting a 27% K rate to righties, 6 bombs to righties at home. To lefties at home, 20% K rate. So I go back to those righties, and because I was kind of undecided on who I liked, who I didn't like, and stuff like that. 27% K rate, but he will give up a bomb, right? Hard hit is pretty much up, whatever the case may be. So we'll take a look at those righties here. We know that falls into the Cal Rally and all those guys category. And then you got somebody like Polanco. Polanco has a good history versus him. So let's take a look there. I forgot what it does, but he's seen him a ton. What's his name? Matthew Boyd. Um, He's seen him a ton. So Polanco's somebody who I haven't been betting on in a while too, man. Long story short, though, some of these guys, I mean, you got Polanco seen him 47 times, batting 298 with 11 Ks, but three bombs, 12 RBIs, three doubles, 14 hits in total, right? So Polanco is somebody who's the one who's seen him the most. JP Crawford's batting 500 versus him over the course of his plate appearances. So that's somebody that stands out, but he doesn't look that good versus the pitch mix. Now, back to where we were. Uh, it was the righties for me. Truth be told, it was the righties for me, and I just at times all these guys look better at some times, right? Seattle is not my favorite team to bet on, bats wise, stuff like that. Um, so to righties, Matthew Boyd is throwing that the changeup 40% of the time. He's got 8 extra base hits and 4 bombs on that. And then the fastball, he's got 6 extra base hits and 4 bombs there, followed by 1 bomb with the slider. So uh, I can filter it from one from pitch to pitch, which would or I could throw them both together. I can throw the changeup and the fastball together since he's throwing that for about 79 to 80% of the time, and he's giving up 8 bombs in that. So I think I'll try that. So let me slit and just take a look at those two pitches real quick, get them all together and see what we can get. So most of the time, matter of fact, I'm just gonna keep them all up there. I ain't even gonna stunt. I'm gonna keep them all up there, and we'll just take a look at it like that. Now you see where some of these guys can strike out right here. These are the numbers, of course, of the season. Then I flick the away switch because we know over the course of the season versus lefties, they were a little bit better. They are better, were better. Small sample size though, but you get the drift. Kyle Riley got a 30% K rate on the season. Um, so Dylan Moore and Ben Williamson, those guys over the course of the season were striking out. So make sure you see who's in line because in the lineup because you get somebody like Matthew Boyd. It does have a decent K rate. Okay, so moving it on in, at times, certain batters popped. Over the last 8 weeks, Kyle Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez. Over the last 8 weeks, Julio Rodriguez only sporting a 9% K rate right there. So those are some of the main suspects that you would want to target right there over the course of the last 8 weeks. Bringing it into the last 4 weeks, where I like to start gauging shit at right there. As you can see, Polanco's starting to pop up right there, 5 for 14. The barrels are not there, and then his strikeout percentage was down, and then Julio's strikeout percentage was down as well. And then you got Kyle Raleigh right there. He's somebody who sees a lot of righties. He hits a lot of his home runs versus righties, but you see lefties a lot less than you see righties. Um, if I flip the away switch on that, which Randy Rosarena on the road versus lefties the last month, 5 for 11, 3 extra base hits, no bombs, but he looks pretty good. Strikeouts were down. Julio Rodriguez, strikeouts were obsolete, didn't strike out on the road in the last month versus lefty small play appearance, but you get the drip. Polanco, right? So, it is what it is. It's starting to show a little bit that some of these guys hit better on the road, right? Last 2 weeks, Polanco 5 for 9, Randy Rosarena 5 for 9, and neither one of those had a bomb. So, showing that they hitting lefties a little bit right there as well. Last 7 days, since you want to go all the way down there, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So, um, can this team sell? Hell yeah, they can sell, right? This is one of the teams that they don't go out there and do exactly what I want their ass to do all the time. But at the end of the day, here, I can't deny, what they look like. Remember, um, these guys do have some. These guys do have some strikeouts in them. Uh, Boyd got some strikeout potential. The usual suspects. I couldn't talk you off one. I could not find one that I really, really want to go in on. But you could also think about other things, team totals, shit like that can help you get to where you're trying to get to. Like I said, I'm a little bit undecided, right? I'm a little bit undecided, and there's a lot of that comes from recency bias, right? Looking at the team totals here, we have 5.5 for the Cubs and 4.5 for Seattle. So and then it's hard to we have to look at the weather too. Any rain should be light enough to not matter. Winds booking it out to left center at 15 miles an hour on a warm day. Yes, please. Now, uh, Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field is one of the most impacted ballparks when it comes to weather. So weather could be playing a part here as well. So whatever the books expect runs to be put up. That doesn't mean you have to look at it like that. Take what you like, leave what you don't. Right. I'm really undecided, really undecided because man, and the Mariners then shit on me so many times. But as you can see, boy can't give up bombs to righties. And some of these righties, you got Kyle Rowley, you got Polanco, who's got 3 bombs versus him. Um, Julio Rodriguez, who looks good in the strikeout category, and on the road, Randy Rosarena. So I would be looking at those guys, right? I would be looking at those guys. If I had to, I'll tell you this: it's more guys that look green on the Seattle side than it is on the Cubs side. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now, right? But I can see instances where this game goes over. Um, and how weird the Cubs are, maybe it would be an over or nothing for me in this spot. And just hope the runs be put up. Be mindful of your wager units or whatever the case may be. But I would sprinkle something small on the over there. Texas Rangers, Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't want anything to do with the Pittsburgh Pirates here. But what I will say here is if I had anything to do with it, would probably be a lefty, right? So just for the people who want to put their foot in that fire, right? So the Grom, right? I'm not gonna look at bats or nothing like that in this game, but the Grom, he's been on one, right? So looking at his game log, let's see. Last time he pitched, well, he's been pitching phenomenal. So let's get that twisted. He's gave up more than 2 runs once and more than more than 2 runs twice, more than 3 runs. I'm sorry. He gave up more than 2 runs twice, more than 3 runs once. And that came right here. So he's went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 consecutive games with giving up 2 runs or less. DeGrom has been pitching great. Speaking of that, I almost pulled the trigger on his pitching outs under, over 18 and a half at plus 155. So right now you'll get his pitching outs at a parlay piece, right? At a 175 parlay piece, and I really like that. I like that. I do. I like it. Let me see. One thing I will say about pitching outs, um, you have to exercise your books and stuff like that, right? Uh, you get you can get DraftKings. Let's see something real quick here. Pitcher props. So DraftKings, um, you can play Jacob DeGrom pitching outs over, and this is one of the only books, if the only book that let you do this. And then you can take the money line, right? You can mix the pitching outs with the money line and the same game parlay. So this is only an example, right? So if you like pitcher to grunt, Jacob DeGrom to pitch good and Texas to win, you can take Jacob DeGrom in conjunction with that and get you plus money, right? So that's a play that you could. But I'm telling you right now, that 17 and a half was already at 18 and a half at plus 155. So if you want to get in on something like this, you need to get it now. You need to get it now. Now, speaking of DeGrom, looking at his splits, he's given up only 9 bombs. All those 9 bombs came to lefties, right? All of them. So that's one thing right there. So if you want to zoom in on a Reynolds, if you want to zoom in on a Cruz, I mean that's what you could do. That's the only thing I did. I didn't. I'm not even interested in Texas bats because I have no luck right now. I'll wait till they get hot, right? Somebody like Simeon or somebody like that, you could probably look at for hits and stuff like that. But I'm just waiting on these boys to get hot. But like I said, if you want to look at lefties here, you want to look at lefties. Um, DeGrom is still lights out. Now he's got 27, 29% K rate versus lefties, but he has given up bombs. Right, he gave up 9 bombs to lefties. So I'll give you guys a favor. I'll look at the lefties here, and then we'll keep it moving. Right. So DeGrom is throwing to lefties. He's throwing that fastball 45% of the time, 9 extra base hits, 7 bombs on that fastball. And the boy likes that fastball, uh, Cruz. But he definitely would strike the fuck out, right? He can sneak out your hits, runs, and RBIs here and there, and he can get on the bases and steal some bases and stuff like that. So you can definitely look at that. If he can get on base, you can look at a stolen base for somebody like Cruz. But on that fastball alone versus righties, he's batting 286. But if you got the stomach to strikeouts, 30% strikeout on that fastball. DeGrom, he's got a 29% strikeout percentage to lefties, sitting their ass down. So that's what you got to deal with. But at the end of the day, over the course of the season, if he catches it right, he's gonna boom that motherfucker, right? So it is what it is. I didn't even look at the rest of the pitch mix. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm betting on Cruz, it's gonna be a cat and mouse game right there. Exit velo log should be looking great. Fly ball is good. It's just the last month. This is at the last month. That motherfucker know he can strike out. Now, Brian Reynolds in the cut, right? Probably their next best hitter versus that fastball in the cut, batting 316 over the last month. No barrels though. So, he's somebody that you could probably look at too. Professional baseball player can definitely hit a home run. But, at the end of the day, am I taking him for one? No. But like I said, I just want to point that out. Last week, last 2 weeks, Spencer Horwitz, he's been pretty good there. His K percentage is down. So that's somebody you can look at. His barrel percentage is up. 3 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks. This is only the fastball. This is it. So like I said, that's his most thrown pitch there. That's the one he's giving up the bombs on. So it is what it is, right? I could filter it in though. I'll filter the rest of the pitches in since we right here. Looks like some of these guys been hitting in the last 2 weeks. So O'Neal Cruz, power numbers are there for sure. Spencer Horwitz, barrels up right there, 3 extra base hits, batting 300 in the last 2 weeks. And then I can just space it out to last month, give you a glance at that. Adam Frazier, somebody for a hit or something like that. But, and then over the course of the season. So, like I said, versus this pitch mix, O'Neal Cruz has 11 bombs. The rest of the people, these lefties here, nobody's got more than 2 bombs, right? So it is what it is right there, right? O'Neal Cruz, boy. Let me see something. Got a lot of green on that exit velo. You got a lot of strikeouts on that shit too. Yep. So, and I didn't even look at the Texas bats. So damn. I don't bet many games, man. I don't bet many games. Texas, oh my God, man. I tell you, I do like that 17 and a half as a parlay piece though, and that's probably what I don't have. Let me see. I didn't go through the rest of his games, but uh, mm, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I make a play on this game, that's what it'll be. Texas, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take it right now, man. I'm gonna take the Texas. I'm playing Texas. I'm playing this right here. 17 and a half pitching outs and Texas money line. I'm gonna go on out there blindly. I'm gonna take it, bro. That's what I'm gonna do. At a plus 115 and win, lose, or draw. That's what I'm doing, man. on, man. God damn. All right. Money line and Jacob DeGrom. I went to ESPN bet, man. I'm crazy. Uh Picture props. Outs recorded. Love that DraftKings got that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Really do. Okay. Plus 112. Jacob DeGrom, money line, whatever, man. Whatever. I it's not nothing that, whatever, but I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I know the power back's been kind of different as of late, but I'm gonna take a stab at it, man. I'm gonna take a stab at it. Under didn't sound look bad either. Baltimore Orioles and New York Yankees, right? Another game where I felt like I was really wanting to take a stab at the pitching outs for um oh, it was Max Fried pitching outs at plus 155. So it was I really wanted to take a stab at Max Fried pitching outs. I ain't even gonna lie. This game, this game had an underfield to me, right? The game had an underfield to me. Remember, give me a like, drop a like, retweet it, whatever case may be. Okay. Give me a like, follow, whether no matter if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever I'm, and X, wherever I'm streaming at, it is what it is. But yeah, so Max Fried, right? So Max Fried, man, uh, man, do I want to pull the trigger on that, man? I'm a little skeptical right now on that plus 155. I'm a little skeptical because of how they've been putting up runs as of late. But I mean, I can't deny. Y'all can you deny what Free's been doing with a 52%, 52.9% ground ball rate, 25% K rate, and the ERA around 1.89. And he's won 7 innings or better in 3 of his last 5 games. He hasn't faced this team this season. He's got 7 bombs on the season. He's given up more than 2 earned runs only once this year, and that was versus the Dodgers. Um, that's it's very, 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 very hard, right? So, like I'm saying, you know, plus 18, plus 155 for 18 and a half pitching outs. I'm not opposed. I couldn't talk you off getting there, bro. Could not, cannot talk you off getting there. This team versus lefties, left hand pitching on the season here. Um, I remember when they were just super, super bad versus lefties, right? So you're gonna get Baltimore, uh, Baltimore, and of course I can't see. So they number eighth in striking out with a 70 WRC plus over the course of the season. The last 30 days, Baltimore, uh, 15th in striking out with a 97 WRC plus. So they're creeping up. And then the last 14 days versus lefties, don't know how much of a sample size. I didn't look. 183 plate appearances, 24% K rate, 105 WRC plus, right? So now it just pretty much comes down to, looking at the pitch mix for me and trying to decipher if I think they can hit him or even run up a count on him, right? So, taking a look at Baltimore versus New York Yankees, definitely want to take a look at the lefties here. 5 bombs. He's given up 5 bombs. Max Fried. He's got a 184 batting average versus lefties, though. And, it is what it is 27% K rate. I don't. What up, Pat? What's going on? I don't bet his strikeouts most of the time. Strikeouts are more likely a fade for me for him. I just don't like to get caught up in that with him, right? Because he can go out there and pitch good and have a bad day on the strikeouts. He's got a high ground ball percentage, so I'm just looking for him to get these guys out. Uh, versus righties, giving up 2 bombs. Is pitching pretty good versus righties as well. So the barrel is down, stuff like that. I want to see what they're gonna do with this lineup, Baltimore lineup. So Max Fried versus lefties. He's throwing he's got the fastball. He's giving up three extra base hits and three bombs on that to lefties. The sinker 42% of the time, and then da 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 da. Right. So at the end of the day, I could take a look at that sinker straight out since he's throwing that 42% of the time here. hmm Get that sinker up there and see what these lefties do about that sinker. So it's a lefty lefty matchup. You can see there's pretty much no ISO, and the Woba is don't look good now versus that sinker. They're not striking out. That's one good thing for them, but they ain't doing shit versus. I mean, Gunner's got 8 hits. If I just look at it a little bit closer, close up look at it. How about the last 3 weeks versus that sinker? Um, Jackson Holiday's 3 for 9. Gunnar Henderson is 2 for 5, but not a big sample size, whatever the case may be. Um, these boys have been hitting as of late, though. So but you do have to go in there and look at the matchups and see who these guys been playing against. Um, Now I'll throw up the rest of the pitches there and just take a glance. It's just not sexy to me, right? On the road, how have they been on the road? Mm, whatever, right? How about late? As of late, last month versus lefties, just not moving the needle for me. Just to see, oh yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not moving the needle for me. Last 2 weeks versus lefties. Now Holiday's got a bomb in the last 2 weeks, and Gunnar Henderson had been on a nice hidden streak. So uh, you know, but is it enough to wow me? Well, let's take a look at the righties, right? So we don't, what I'm saying, we don't leave the righties out. And versus righties, he's throwing the fastball 54% of the time, 7 extra base hits, no bombs. All right, so 54% of the time, fastball, we definitely need to take a look at that versus right hand batters. Now, the right hand batters over here, one thing I can give these guys credit for is not striking out, right? Some of them, right? So Tyler O'Neill ain't been playing. Ali Rushman, Ryan Mountcastle, Laureano this is actually good for Laureano, 20%, but neither of these guys have any bombs either, right? So is it really scaring me? This fastball, are they really scaring me? You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm contemplating on taking this 18 and a half outs. So, it is what it is with that situation. Not gonna fast forward it and none of that shit. I'm just leave it right there. Nobody's got more than 6 hits. So I'll throw the rest of the pitches up there and take a look. Because he's throwing fastball, curveball, sinker, right? I could throw the changeup up there too, but I'm gonna just leave it off. So they still, I mean, it's still a lot of the Woba's down, isolated power's down, like nothing really is too much sexy over the course of the season. So since I got the full arsenal up there, I go back to the last month, last 4 weeks, and it's just not, mm, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe the last 7 days or what? I'm searching at this point, but it just don't feel good to me, right? One thing I would do, I'll put the full thing in there, then I'll push it on the road and see what they look like on the road. And it just, I give them credit not striking out versus his pitch mix. So if you're not striking out, but they ain't showed no life versus lefties all season long. So whatever you want to do, right? Whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, I looked at the Yankees, right? We were all over the Yankees yesterday. We smoked them good on the Yankees yesterday. Everything came to fruition, right? But I looked at the Yankees bats today, and it just didn't feel. I didn't have that feel. A lot of versus a lot of those pitch misses just didn't look good, right? One thing I would say, it just felt like a day I feel like betting on Judge, but we got weather, right? One cluster of showers possible around first pitch. Late start at worst. Probably not even that at all. Winds out to center at 10 miles an hour. So definitely you look at somebody like Judge. Definitely you can look at somebody like Judge for sure. Don't know what his numbers will look like. And then let me see. It was one other thing. Let's see. Judge number 205 for a bomb. What about something like RBIs, right? Two RBIs for Judge. See, you'll get a two RBIs for Judge at plus 375. That's something that I wouldn't mind entertaining, right? Depending on who's in the lineup, where they hit, and all that. I did everything didn't look too good to me. I mean, it didn't look too good to me. It's like I really want to jump out at the Yankees, but you do got the wind blowing out, whatever the case may be, with it at 10 miles an hour. So however you want to look at that. But taking a look at what Sagano's throwing, right? So this was for the lefties. So let me go back to the lefties here. And Sagano is throwing. Sagano's giving up 8 home runs to lefties. So that's something to take note of, right? So we got to look and see what he's throwing. So he's throwing that splitter 43% of the time. Hasn't given up a bomb on that, but he's given up a bomb on everything else, right? So, but he's next pitch he's throwing is 18% after the 43% on the splitter. So I had to dig into that splitter, take a look and see who likes that splitter. So let's see. Looking at that splitter here, Rice likes it, right? For whatever it's worth, right? He's 5 for 9 on it, batting 556, 3 extra base hits, and a bomb. Rice likes the splitter, right? So a pitch that he's throwing fit 48% of the time. What is that? 43% of the time. You got somebody like Ben Rice, he likes it. That's a plus, right? That's a plus. I ain't even gonna look. That's a plus, right? That's a plus. Now the rest of that shit he's throwing, I mean, I don't know, right? It don't really, you know what I'm saying? But Ben Rice goes down from liking that to about a 263 batting average over the course of the season at home over his full pitch mix. Rice 238. So just something to keep in mind, right? Uh, but the bats, they just didn't it didn't jump out to me, right? A lot of this shit didn't jump out to me. Over the course of the season, the last month versus pitch mix, a lot of guys don't look so good. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, whatever, right? Stanton looked okay, but, Stanton came in pretty much hitting here and there, right? So, but Judge looked the best. And, it is what it is. Now, if you're looking for lefties, you know, you can look at Rice. You can look at some of these other guys because, like I said, he will give up bombs. But like I said, to that splitter, Rice is 5 for 9 to that splitter. So if you're trying to look at him for hits or something like that, be my guest. Oh, excuse me, I'm so tired. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? This game does have an underfield to it. But the books know more than me. I don't bet a lot of. I got to be completely sold to bet on a lot of stuff. I'm not no fucking expert, right? I'm just here to give my thoughts. But pitcher lean toward the Yankees. Shit, with Judge, man, I gotta get a bats lean towards the Yankees. But Yankees been janky, right? So it is what it is. And I'm really, really that was my whole plan though, to come on here. I mean, to really try to figure out if I'm gonna pull the trigger on this plus 155. And being in plus 155, if it not a lot of money comes in on it, it might go down to 17 and a half or it might just stay there, right? I'll be watching it, right? But that plus 155 is calling my name. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but it is what it is, right? Let me see something. Yes, I like the nothing. Nothing. Man, Joe, I'm trying to tell you. So like I said, if you guys are watching this, man, give me a follow, man. I do this every day. Share, retweet, share, Facebook, whatever. I'm live on all these platforms right now. Um, uh, the Detroit Tigers, and Tampa Bay Rays. We got a over under of 8.5 in this one, and definitely something that I'm kind of torn on. Flaherty. Uh, I know. I feel like I'm gonna tell you what I feel like, man. I feel like they're gonna hit Flaherty today, right? Now it's a different story when you in Tampa Bay. We're going to the weather. Detroit at Tampa Bay. Models bring the storms a bit closer to Tampa Bay than we've seen most days. Chance for a delay? but the game should play. Then we know this ballpark can produce runs. We know who Tampa Bay is in this ballpark. Okay, we know who Tampa Bay is in this ballpark. So let's take a look. Um, one bat, it was one bat that I really think I'm pretty much in on, and that's going to be Yandy Diaz, right? You guys can help me out with this one. I mean, whoever's around, but it is what it is. But let me see. So looking at Jack Flaherty, he's given up 8 bombs to lefties. And to righties, Jack Flaherty has given up 6 bombs to righties. He's got a 32% K rate to righties. On the road to righties, he's got a 24% K rate. So his strikeouts dropped down a little bit to righties, and he's giving up 3 bombs with a 293 batting average. So he's pitching his worst to righties on the road. How about lefties? Um, he's pitching. He's given up 2 bombs on the road, and to lefties, he's got a 188 batting average there. So it is what it is with that situation. Okay, so I'll take that down, and then I'll flip that up. I'll open the hood on his pitch mix here, and right now he's throwing that fastball 46% of the time. 2 lefties with 8 extra base hits and 6 home runs, which somebody like to lefties, that's one of his favorite pitch. He will strike out, but Brandon Lowe loves that fastball, right? So he's got a 32% K rate there, right? But on the course of the season, Brandon Lowe loves that fastball. I know this. I do. And so we can look at some of these guys versus this fastball, and you want to make a notation to see who's if these guys are going to be in the lineup. Brandon Lowe, 313, 14 extra base hits, 7 bombs, 32% K rate. Aranda, 10 extra base hits, 4 bombs, 26% K rate. Um, Magnum, batting 512, six extra base hits, 1 bomb, but the K rate, we love to see that 10% K rate. We want to make sure he's in the lineup, or we want to see if he's in the lineup, right? Uh, at home though, we know this ballpark produces home runs. We click the home switch. These guys go from Randa goes from 3 something to 4 something, right? Batting 400 at home, 350 at home for Brandon Lowe, 326 at home for Meisner, Magnum 448 at home. Okay, take the home switch down, bring it back in. What have you done for me lately? Lately, Magnum batting 500, Low 400, Randa 400. This is versus the fastball itself. Magnum's the one who's not striking out, right? You want somebody like that in the lineup. Last 2 weeks, fastball, um, Brandon Lowe 316. He's got a bomb. Randa. We get it, right? These guys hit the fastball for sure, right? At home, we know these guys hit the fastball, right? We know. Brandon Lowe at home versus fastball. Last 4 weeks, batting 500 on it. But what we'll do here is at the month mark here, we'll throw in the full pitch mix in the last month and see what we got, right? So looking pretty good here. Brandon Lowe, Aranda, Magnum. When you throw the rest of the pitches in, but Magnum, his strikeouts go up a little bit more. But I can flick the switch at home, and some of these guys get better at home. So that just lets you know how these ballparks affect, some of these batters. It's real. You guys can see it in these box scores and all that. When you put the full pitch mix in there, Brandon Lowe goes from a higher K rate to 12% K rate, looking really really good there, right? So it is what it is with that situation. Last 7 days, small sample size versus this pitch mix, but it's a lot of green there. Okay, over the course of the season, full pitch mix at home. Over the course of the season, full pitch mix at home. Uh, Meisner 300, Brandon Lowe 300, Aranda 465. Right, that's at home. And then in general, everybody's batting 300s. They will strike out though. Some of these guys will strike out, and he's got some strikeout stuff. On the righties here, for the righties here, and Flaherty is a good pitcher, so don't get it twisted, right? So for the right hand hitters here, we'll be looking at Flaherty. He's dropping off that. He's throwing that He's throwing that fastball 46% of the time, 4 extra base hits, 3 bombs. We'll take a look at that fastball once again. And then he's throwing that knuckle curve, what a lot of people don't see. So, fastball, knuckle curve, boom, boom, boom. Throw the fastball in there, then we'll take a look. So, Yandy Diaz, versus that fastball over the course of the season, he's batting 354. Man, 10 extra base hits, 4 bombs, right? Damn, that's crazy. Now Caminero, he's batting 250 over the course of the season, 5 extra base hits, 4 bombs. Now I hit the home switch. Caminero goes from a 250 to a 421 at home versus that fastball. All his extra base hits, all his home runs came at home versus that fastball. The K percentage is up, his fly ball is way up there, right? So that's the difference between these ballparks. This is a small AAA ballpark they playing in with good weather. Now, like I said, this is over the course of the season versus one pitch. That's why I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble, man, because my mind is all over the place now, right? My mind is all over the place. Do I want to take these guys at home? Do I want to take these guys on the road? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Of course, we want them at home, right? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So when I but when you think about Yandy, I mean, he's batting 345 at home, um, 354 in general. So I mean, it is what it is, right? Caminero just went down to a 250 batting average there. But like I said, the 5 extra base hits, all that shit came at home. Um, I can keep going down here. Last 3 weeks or some shit like that, 4 weeks or whatever. But a lot of this lately, these guys been, pretty green. Keep an eye out on Christopher Morel. If he's in the lineup, he's warm right now. He's warm right now, and you like to see that. More added to flame fuel to the fire, right? So 2 of those bombs came from Yandy, came in the last month, and as you see, he's striking out on it as of late, right? Caminero, and then it flipped. Now the last month, Caminero, this is in general, he ain't struck out on that fastball. Now he's 50% fly ball, and he ain't struck out versus he was striking out. So it's a lot of moving parts going on here, man. I'm just saying, I don't want to confuse up everybody, but this is what you got to go through when you going all the way down to the T. That was just one pitch. I will throw in the rest of the pitches right here, which ain't many. The knuck curve and the slider, and we'll see what that do, right? So, Yandy, Caminero, those guys at home, Yandy, Caminero, Yandy not striking out over the course of the season. Last month, Yandy, Caminero, strikeouts are down. Yandy's strikeouts going up a tad bit. Caminero's coming down. Morel, 4 for 11. We want to keep an eye out on Morel. Make sure he's in the lineup. Diaz. Mm. Last 7 days. Diaz, 4 for 6. Hadn't struck out. Caminero, 3 for 10. Lower K rates. Morel, 3 for 4. Just keep an eye out on Morel. Not saying he's going to do shit, but I've been monitoring him. Yeah, right. So, I mean, okay. So I do not mind backing Tampa Bay bats at home. Then you got a few lefties over there. So it's like 5 or 6 bats that look serviceable on this in this in this in this environment, man. Uh on the Detroit side is where I was very, 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 very undecided at. Shane Bass. Shane Bass versus righties is giving up 9 bombs, right? At home versus righties, it's five of those 9 bombs, right? His barrel percentage is up, right? So versus lefty Shane Bass giving up 4 bombs, with a higher K rate, right? So it's gonna you're gonna have we're gonna see what's gonna happen when how they're gonna construct this lineup, right? Because he's got a higher K rate versus lefties at 25% in general with 4 bombs. He's pitching better versus lefties. And then at home, I don't know what the numbers look like at home. And actually at home, it's looking even better, right? So he's got a 30% K rate at home, 29% versus lefties. He's looking pretty good at home versus lefties. And then that's the Kerry Carpenters, that's the Riley Greens and shit like that. So where are we? Where are we at, right? Where are we with this? Um, I can take a look at Shane Bass's game log here and hmm, 3-3-3-1-5-1-3-3-6-7-5. Those is earned runs. Hmm. This is a very interesting game, right? I'll take a look at what he's throwing. We're gonna go look at these lefties here, and Arsenal fastball 41% of the time to lefties, changeup, curveball. I'm gonna throw it all up there, man. Straight up, I'm gonna throw it all up there, so I don't make this long, right? Throw it all up there. Um, let me see something. Jack Flaherty got a 22, got an 18.6 launch angle. Both of their barrels are up. Gary Compton shit is at 20. Don't know who's gonna be in this lineup. Well, I guess. Um, what the fuck was that? Oh, okay. Uh, hmm. So, Gary Carpenter got 7 bombs. Riley Green got 6 off this pitch mix on the road. Bump to the bats, though, man. I say, in this ballpark, bump to the bats. Riley Green, over the course of the season on the road, Winslow Perez as of late, so we got to keep an eye out on Winslow Perez. As of late, he's been balling. 356, 7 extra base hit, 323% K rate on the road. Kerry Carpenter is still getting a few bombs in on the road, but the K percentage is down for him. Hmm. Last month, Riley Green, 11 for 45, 8 for 46 for Kerry Carpenter, 1 and 2 bombs. Riley Green K percentages, wow. Last month, man, he's striking out. He's striking out. 25% K rate for Kerry Carpenter, that's high too. Last month, about on the road. Mm. So as of late, they ain't been, the Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, those boys ain't playing super good. right? They're not playing super good as of late. So, mm. Look at those righties. Now, Baz is pitching a little bit better to lefties, right? So I'm skeptical at this point. I'm very skeptical because I'm telling you what it is. I'm scared of this ballpark, right? And I've seen what these Detroit bats can do here and there. As far as pitching lean, I do get a pitching lean towards I do get a pitching lean towards Jack Flaherty. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a better pitcher, but mm, now, righties is where Shane Bass is pitching his worst. Nine bomb, excuse me, nine bombs, whatever the case may be. His dominant pitch he's throwing is that fastball. Uh, he's got two bombs on that fastball. I could take a look at that fastball alone if you guys want me to. Um, I think it narrowed it down to about Torkelson. Over the course of the season, he's only got two bombs. He got eight extra base hits. The barrel is up for him. The K percentage is down for him. That's what I like. Just give me a chance, right? Don't strike out on me. Give me a chance. Last month, uh, but it's still not as sexy as I would want it to look. But the fly ball is still there for him. Gleyber Torres barrels up. Trucks' barrels up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's the last month there. Last 7 days, I can look at the last 7 days. Torres 3 for 4, Rogers 2 for 5. You know what I'm saying? Last 3 weeks. Gleyber Torres been hitting it the last 3 weeks. Pause, whatever the case may be. But you get the drift, right? But at the end of the day here, Baez, I've been liking Baez, but only against lefties. So, if I'm comparing bats and stuff like that, it just looked like um, it looks like Tampa Bay can get a little bit more busy, right? Than these, especially as of late, than these guys here, right? But the ballpark is what scares me. Um, I don't know how I would like to attack this game. Uh, I don't know, man. Full game wise, I don't know how I would like to attack it, but you got Flaherty with a 4.4, 4.1 ER, 4.4 ERA on the road. Especially it's worse on the road to righties, like I said. I just don't know how I would like to attack this one here for the full game. Maybe if they're giving us a little bit of respect, let me see. They got Tampa Bay slight favorites here. So I guess it's 4.5 team total, maybe. 3.5 at a parlay piece. You know what though? At home, I wouldn't mind taking that parlay piece. I ain't gonna lie. 3.5 for Tampa Bay Rays. Got a total of 9, but both teams favored it to the over team totals there. Oh, we got an over and a half, 8.5 here. Favored it to the under. Favored it to the under. I'm very undecided here, but as far as those other bats, I like Tampa Bay Rays how they look. Tampa Bay bats look better than Detroit bats, but tougher pitching matchup for the Rays. But Flaherty can get his ass touched, right? Not too scared of. I ain't super scared of Flaherty on the road. I mean, he just gave up 7 runs to Cincy at home. At Chicago, 1 earned run. He was pitching pretty good. Uh, but right here, he was going through a rough stretch, a semi rough stretch. Uh, at Angels, 4 earned runs. At Houston, 4 earned runs. At Milwaukee, 3 earned runs. So he was getting kind of touched. So it is what it is. What does Aranda look like? I ain't get a chance to look. Aranda looks good, bro. Goodt. Good. For sure. I'll go through it for you one more time and I'll get off this game. Randa. Uh, okay, let's flip the script to Tampa Bay. Flaherty. Um, lefties. So Aranda, this was Aranda over the course of the season. 30% K rate, 14 barrel, five home runs, 10 extra base hits, 358. Then at home, Aranda was batting 465 with a 22% K rate. Two of his bombs came at home. Five of his extra base hits came at home. He's at home. This is Aranda, right? Full season. So it is what it is right there. Full season Aranda. I can bring back for the last month for you. Aranda, you gonna make me bet on Aranda, I see. 343. And then at home, Aranda last 313. Barrel was still there. Strikeouts are still there as well. So if we can if you can stomach those strikeouts, then it is what it is. Say bet. Aranda green for sure. All right. So that's that. The White Sox here. I ain't even gonna lie. I looked at this game here. Don't know how long Spencer Turnbull's gonna go. Right? I don't. Um, I'm not betting on the White Sox bats. I ain't even gonna lie. Now, Martin, he's been pitching some innings. He's been eating innings. And I looked at the pitch mix, and I know it was Vladdy, and it was somebody else, right? And they were righties. So let me get them up there, the guys that I like, and I'm gonna get off this game. It was Vladdy and I think Kirk, but let me double check. Two bats that I think I don't mind betting on in that game, right? So I think it was Vladdy and I think it was Kirk. So Davis Martin, he's given up 12 bombs. Of those 12, seven of them come to righties. He will be on the road. So on the road, he's given up four of those home runs came on the road versus righties, right? But he's giving up seven bombs to righties. Um, he's throwing a little bit of everything. He's throwing five pitches, right? So I'll get Toronto up there and I'll flip it out there. Um, Davis Martin pitches up there. So it had to be Kirk, right? So one thing we do know about this team, they batting a little bit better at home, Toronto. So Kirk batting 333, six bombs, 10 extra base hits. He just had a double, two bombs. That was probably yesterday. So Vladdy is Vladdy. Right? A little bit more stronger green at home. So if you just want to look at that there, Bobuchet 300, whatever the case may be, five bombs, you get it at home. As of late, Vladdy batting 300, Kirk was 400 last 4 weeks. Springer's barrel was up, Kirk's barrel was up. The strikeouts though, right? The strikeouts is what I like, right? And a team that I know in my mind that can, you know, hit somewhat, especially as of late. Shout out to these boys. They got beat up yesterday, but they still put up 5 runs. Could have been garbage runs. It don't matter. I don't care. They still put up 5 runs. So it is what it is. And then, like I said, looking at Davis Martin here, uh, looking at his game logs. Now he's went 6 innings or better in one, two, three, four, five straight games. Now versus Athletics, he getting up going 73 pitches in 6 innings. That was kind of efficient-ish. I mean, what the hell, right? 89 pitches, 6 innings versus Boston, 1 earned run. 100 pitches versus Texas, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Baltimore, 82 pitches, 4 earned runs. But he must have been pitching. He must have got in some trouble late, and then uh, he blanked. He blanked. How many strikeouts did he have here? He had 2 Ks, but he blanked the Angels here, right? Hmm. So Athletics, Boston, Texas, Baltimore, and the Angels. He went 6 innings in 5 straight games. So he's been as of late. You know what I'm saying? He's been, So for those, it is what it is, right? If I'm betting this game, it's gonna be money line parlays, run line straights. It's gonna be Tampa Bay. I mean Toronto or nothing for me. Probably. I just the pitching situation is just something I have to look a little bit more deeper into with Turnbull because Turnbull had only pitched like 2 or 3 innings in this two games there. But it is what it is. But like I was saying, yeah, I like Vladdy and Kirk. I just want to see what this lineup is because right now, what I'm gonna do, what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna keep falling in love with the Barger situation. But since Vladdy is moved back to that 3 spot, I like his hits, runs, and RBIs even more. Right? That's gonna give somebody like Bo Bichette a chance to get on. It's gonna be somebody like Barger to get on, get somebody a chance like Barger to get on, and or move Bichette, and then just Vladdy just being Vladdy. So it's just Vladdy can come out there and give you 2 hits here and there, right? So I have no problem with that. I'll be looking a little bit more into his 2 hits, runs, and RBIs, maybe 3, right? 2 for parlays, 3 for straights. So that's where I'm at with that situation. I'm really keeping my eye on Vladdy, but most importantly, I'm keeping my eye on this lineup because I really want Vladdy hitting in that 3 spot. Um, so personally, I do. I don't mind him hitting in that 2 spot because he has the ability to get multiple hits. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I like Kirk too and Vladdy, right? Kirk and Vladdy. Last 2 weeks, Kirk right here, 4 bombs in the last 2 weeks, 2 bombs yesterday, 11% K rate. Vladdy, 3% K rate, 9 for 25. He's definitely giving you a chance to hit. Last 7 days, Vladdy 6 for 12, Clement 4 for what 11, and Kirk 3 for 12. Those two bombs were hit yesterday, so he could be definitely be on the heater right now. I can't decipher the pitching situation for the for Toronto, so I give it a rain check. That game a rain check. Um, the Braves and the Miami here. I only looked at the Braves bats. Don't know what the I only look at the Braves bats. Don't know what the pitching situation is going to be for Atlanta. I mean, you got this Fuentes kid in there. I don't know what's going to happen, right? But I mean, Olson and Acuna, those guys kind of like Acuna stood out, of course. Olson, I don't mind him. If I'm looking at a righty, I'm looking at Acuna. If I'm looking at a lefty, I'm looking at Olson. Cincinnati Reds and the Cardinals here. Um, right now, you got Brady Singer, um, who's who's pitching his worst on the road. Yeah, we got an over under 9 here. Then we got Palante, like versus lefties. He's probably throwing that fastball like 70% of the time, probably more than that. And what do we got here? Um, Cincinnati, St. Louis, hot, humid, winds out to left at 10 miles an hour. So you want to, yeah, right. So, oh man, I should have wrote who I liked. I think it was too many people, man. So, um, I'll tell you, I'll look at right here, right. So, mm, So to lefties, Palante's throwing a fastball 70% of the time, man, straight up. So, but Palante got like a 63% ground ball rate, man. So, he can get some people to he didn't give up his fair share of bombs, but he can get some people to hit the ball on the ground. Okay. That's one thing. Ellie De La Cruz, he's been in the spot. He every day, fuck it, man. Every day we come on here and Ellie De La Cruz is green as hell, right? I think the last two games he sold, so be it. I think he sold. So in general, Palante's giving up 11 bombs. Brady Singer giving up 9. Uh, Brady Singer on the road is where his pitching is worse. I want to say, um, yeah, it's 296 batting average. Only giving up 3 bombs. Of course, he's giving up probably more bombs at home in a small ballpark. But it is what it is, man. So this St. Louis team, they got a lot of guys that don't strike out. You know what I'm saying? And they play a lot of small ball. I ain't gonna lie. So I mean, I ain't even gonna look at this game. True, tell you the truth. I'm not even gonna pull that shit up. I'm gonna just go back to where I was gonna tell you. I'm gonna like this game for hits and shit like that, right? So Donovan is good at baseball. Okay, let's get this out the way. Burleson has been on fire, right? He's got back-to-back games with 2 hits or better. Contreras has been on fire as of yesterday, no, or a few days before this too. Ivan Herrera, he's the guy that I'm waiting on to just, to start hitting these bombs. Okay, but I like all three of these guys. These guys don't strike out, man. So Brady Singer doesn't have the highest K rate, right? Um, and then you got Cincinnati. Ellie De La Cruz looked great. Gavin Lux looked good. Friedel looked good. At times you got uh, T. Stevenson looked good, and as of late, Jake Fraley looks good as well, right? So as of late, though, so weather's good. If I'm looking at this game for hits, runs, and RBIs. Okay, that's what it's boiling down to. I expect traffic on the bases. Now, when I bet my hits, runs, and RBIs, and I do my same game parlays, I generally stick to the team that I like, right? And it's going to be a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I generally stick to the team I like. So, like, say for instance, like yesterday, right? So let's take a look at. So this was the team that I liked. I liked I liked I liked I liked who you call them? Who was those motherfuckers? The Yankees, right? We were all in on the Yankees. We were all in, right? So I tend to, do a full team stacks. I'm generally I come from DFS, so stacking is no problem to me. We do this right here every day. Go over the slate so we can figure out what we like later on. So and when the lineups come out, and then put it together from there. That's my game plan. That's how I play. That's how I bet my SGPs. Sometimes I don't like to put the opposing team in there to fuck up what I got going on. So, sometimes I'll do a stack for Cincinnati. I do a stack for Cardinals. If I like the game that much, I do a one side, and then I'll mix them both together. Shit like that. But and a lot of, and then betting RBIs and things like that because um like I tell everybody, hits, runs, and it's not always for me. It's not always about bombs, right? Uh, it's not always about bombs. It's about Let me see. 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 It's definitely about It's definitely about putting how these guys putting it together, right? So like that Yankees game, we look at the box score. Um, when you expect traffic to be on the bases and stuff like that, I'm looking at the Yankees game right here. Goldsmith was my top righty, and Bellinger was my top lefty. Bellinger was my top bat overall. It was just a match. You had lefty reverse splits for the pitcher over here, Anderson, and then you got Bellinger who hit lefties really, really good. So just betting RBIs, hits, runs, and RBIs and stuff like that. Look at how many the main suspects we were on hit. Right, we're on the lefties. You had Wells, Jazz, Bellinger. Those guys got there. Right, Goldsmith was versus lefties was one of the top. He had 5 HRRs. Bellinger had 4 HRRs. Judge had 2. Didn't bet him. Probably took him for 1, maybe. Stan historically hit lefties. I only took him for 1 because he just get back. But you get the deal, right? That's how these teams score. They string up stats. They string up stats. So you got to look at it like that sometimes, man. Can't always bet them bombs. Can't always you can, but you're gonna find value in other things. So here I'm looking at things. I'm looking at hits, runs, and RBIs and things of that nature. This St. Louis team don't hit for much power, right? So a lot of small ball, a lot of hits. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that type of shit, and then you can find value in the RBI departments, right? So everybody's RBI is going to be plus 140 or better, plus 140 or better. And then if you can find the guys that's going to go out there and get you 2 RBIs, then that's definitely a W, right? So everybody's 2 RBIs start off at plus 400 or better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So even if you like, let's say, um, let's say you like Ellie De La Cruz with TJ Friedel and Gavin Lux looking good. If you can get Ellie De La Cruz to hit you a bomb, you like him for a bomb. You could also take him for 2 hits run. I mean 2 RBIs. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Contreras has been on one as of late. You can also take him for few RBIs in front of Donovan, Wynn, and Herrera. Burleson has been on fire, right? You know, uh, you could take him for or you expect traffic to be on the bases. You could take these guys for runs as well, right? You know what I'm saying? It's more than a few 1 or 2 ways to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? So if I find out where I'm at, okay, there it is right there. And speaking of runs, you get the least, you get minus 115, right? All the way up to plus 180 for 1 run. But then when you're looking for 2 runs, like Ellie De La Cruz is a 2-run candidate. You get that for the plus 600. 2 runs. I mean, 2 runs. If you expect these motherfuckers to, 2 runs. 2 runs. Wilson Contreras, 2 runs. I mean, it's easier said than done though. But like I said, even a run, 1 run, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't want to take a look and see what the hits runs and RBIs look like. Because this is my favorite prop, hits runs and RBIs. So, hmm. Bronson, I like that. Contreras, I like that. Strand, you gotta see who's gonna be in the lineup. Lux is gonna get plus money. Um, Fraley, you're gonna get plus 130. He's been on fire. Uh, okay. Then 3, everybody gonna get plus money, man. So that's how I attack games. Sometimes I sit there, you bet the whole game, shit like that. See if you can come out profitable. You know, things of that nature. So that's how I'm looking at this game. Truth be told, I expect runs to be put up in this one here. Couldn't talk you off the over here with the weather looking how it is. So right now, I expect runs to be put up in this one. Over under 9 here. It's favored to the under, but we'll see. Because like I said, Palante is a ground ball pitcher. So if the team that I would bet probably to string up runs will probably be St. Louis, right? So St. Louis, if I'm taking a team total, I'm probably taking St. Louis team total first, but I expect both of these teams to put up some runs. I didn't look at this Philly game. I did not. And then the Brewers game here, I didn't look at this Brewers game. But what I do want to see here is Mizorowski here. I'm looking at this game for probably lean towards the under here and probably strikeouts, right? Let's see. If he was a lefty, I would definitely take his strikeouts, Mizorowski. But what I want to do here is look at these teams. It's still probably going to be Minnesota or nothing for me. I ain't gonna lie, but I want to see these teams. Which is right. It's not one of my favorite games here. Buxton, you can heat check Buxton. He's got 3 home runs in his last 2 games. So he's somebody you can heat check. Uh, let me see. Tampa Bay. No. Milwaukee. 6 teams. Minnesota. Minnesota. Minnesota 139 WRC plus last, what's that, 2 weeks? Milwaukee 99 WRC plus. Mm. Let's do a quick drive by. Let's do a speed run on this one here. Mizorowski only pitched 1 game, right? 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, right? The walks he does, he will walk people. He will walk people. You can see the walks here in the minors 3, 6, 2, 1, 4 down there, 2, 3, 4, 3. Right. So he does. He can walk somebody. Let's. I think that line should be 1.5. Probably juiced up though. Let's see. Uh, walks. Pitcher walks. Yeah, it's a -200 as a parlay piece. So he will walk somebody if you guys want to do that. Look at that. Um, we can look at the walks here. Walks. Okay, Minnesota. Last what? Last 2 weeks. They number 2 in walks versus right hand pitching. Last 30 days, Minnesota is down here, bottom third. And over the course of the season versus right hand pitching, Minnesota, they bottom third. But this pitcher will walk somebody, right? So it is what it is. He's only pitched 1 game. So but he's pretty good though, man. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. So I couldn't talk about him having a good game either. I actually thought he was a lefty. I ain't even gonna lie. Um, what is he throwing? I don't really like to. Let's see, what did he throw? He threw a bunch of fastballs. Let's get his pitches in there. If he threw a bunch of fastballs and cutters. Huh? That's what he threw last game. Fastballs and cutters. Walk percentages. Over under 8 here, just not my favorite game. I ain't gonna lie. Baron Buxton. Anytime that motherfucker they had an 8% K rate, you got to consider him, right? 8%, man. 4 for 13. Mm, fly ball is there. Ty France, 4 for 9. Jeffers. Lately they've been kind of green versus this at home. Mm. Swip over to the lefties here, and what did he throw? Similar fastball, cutter, sinker, slider, whatever. I don't know how much that's gonna, how much that's gonna average out, but Castro is somebody I'd never mind batting on. He do a strikeout. Brooks Lee, mm, Brooks Lee, move this out a little bit. Castro, Warner, Brooks Lee, mm, Larnick, mm, what's the team total here? 4.5 Minnesota, 4.5 team total. Yeah, just looking off that, I don't even want to look at the other bats, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Them lefties looking okay. Some of these guys will strike out, but man, at home they pretty green there. Matt Wallner, mm, he's been hurt a lot too. Matt Wallner. Are they at home? Let me see. Yeah, Minnesota at home. That's 155 favorites. Hmm. You know what I want to do? I want to take a look at something last year. Let me see. Yeah, this is Matt Wallner liked this last year. Matt Wallner batted 329 on this last year with 13 extra base hits and 6 home runs. Trevor Larnach had 9 bombs last year, so this is pretty much that was 2024. This pretty much carrying over to 2025. You got Wallner still batting 300 right there. Larnach still batting 300. Brooks Lee and Willie Castro acting bad. Yeah, I'm have interest in. Yeah, this looks like this is what they like. So I couldn't talk you off Minnesota here, team total or whatever. But like I said, or or money line, uh, or run line, because decent bullpen for Minnesota. Decent bullpen for Minnesota. Uh, you know, second outing for Jacob Mizorowski, and I don't know, man. I'm not gonna write him out because he's a decent pitcher, man. I'm not gonna write him off, but he pitched good versus St. Louis, a team that doesn't strike out much. He went 5 innings on his debut, 4 walks, but he did have 5 strikeouts. I look at the over 1.5 walks for a parlay piece, and especially how good those bats looked. I'll definitely look at a 1.5 outs for a parlay. I mean, walks for a parlay piece, and it would probably be moneyline parlays, run line straights for me. Milwaukee side here. I don't even, I mean, Minnesota side here. Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan can give up some bombs, bro. Straight up. So, uh, but I don't think they're gonna look as good as Milwaukee bats just looked. But we could take a look at Joe Ryan here. This Milwaukee versus Joe Ryan. Pitch mix here. Joe Ryan giving up about what 10 bombs, 6 bombs to righties. He's got a 34% K rate to righties, right? And he has a 20% K rate to lefties. At home versus lefties, he's giving up 1 home run. At home versus lefties, he got a 29% K rate, right? So taking a look at some of his K totals on the season here. Uh, I could take a look at some of his K totals on the season here. If we look at his game log here, let's see. Uh, he has had 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 9, 7, 8, 11, 5, 8, 6. I mean 4, 6, 5. His K line probably sitting at 6.5. I would imagine 6.5. Let's see. Hmm. Why his line is out ain't out right there, I don't know. I'll slide over here to DraftKings to take a good look and see if his Ks are out over here. So 6Ks at a minus one, 6.5 plus 120. 7Ks, 6.5 plus 120. No, this website is not free, bro, but I've been using this website for some years. They really, really fuck with me. It's it's Game Day Insights. $15 for a month. Ah, you can't. I mean, it's yeah. So what you can do here is you can what is the I forget how to get back to the tiers. You get a 15 a month plan or 169 yearly, and the $5 a month is going to give you research notes, research videos, no dashboard. So at the very least, you would want the $10 a month and the access to the dashboard, dynamic analysis, team and player uh, insights. Um, and then you'll get for the 15, you'll get all of this, right? So, like guides, the pitching reports and things like that are not out yet. Not out yet for today. You'll get the pitching report. You get the top hitters. They'll be out soon. But this is for yesterday. I can click on this. And you'll get reports and stuff like that. You'll get the key, the what everything means, help you out with everything, the meanings of everything's, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Then you'll get the reports, you know what I'm saying. So if you're on a fly, you can just look at what's been going on here, and this is game by game here, uh, you know, last fives and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying. So you'll get all that, right? I mean, I think it's totally worth it. This is I can't go without. My day ain't right if I don't game day it, right? My game don't go right if I don't game day it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Then you got some video, little videos, but we go through the thing every single day. It is what it is, right? So that's where we at. You got NBA, NFL, MLB. So it is what it is with that. So that's what yeah, $15 a month. Investing in yourself. We gonna go through it every single day. You can go through it with me, and it ain't no right way to do it. Everybody does it a lot of different ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could let me see for the MLB. Everybody does it a lot of different ways, man. Pitching stats, hitting stats, no run first inning. They also have first pitch results. You can go through that. Our home run targets. We can look at home run targets here. A lot of these pitchers here. We can filter to how many at bats, home runs allowed for the day, and who's ever on that docket. What's this? At bats per home run, home runs per nine. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, right? You could filter it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of different ways you could look at things here, right? You also got your cheat sheet. So it's a lot. It's a lot. You can also do the hitters and stuff like that throughout the cheat sheet right here and stuff like that. I use the right now I using the I'm just using the other tab here, which would be the matchups page, right? So it's a lot. You got a lot working for you right there with this tool. So I will throw his pitch mix up there, Joe Ryan, and just glance at it, right? I have no luck, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the greatest of luck targeting these Milwaukee bats here. But we'll look at the right hand hitters and we'll click Joe Ryan. And Joe Ryan can't give up a bomb, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Versus righties, he's giving up 6 home runs. At home versus righties, he's giving up 3. Right with a 30, he's really striking righties ass out too, though. So pitch arsenal here. He's throwing that fastball 57% of the time. 5 extra base hits, 4 bombs on that fastball. Get that fastball on up there, and we'll see what we got from these Minnesota bats here. William Contreras over the course of the season. On the road, um, William Contreras looked okay on the road as well. Bringing it in a little bit more. William Contreras last month still looked good versus that fastball. So he's been sustaining a decent average, but he would strike out. We could take a look and see who done what versus him in the past here, just to kind of gauge. Hmm. Come on with these ads and stuff, please. I know that's how y'all get y'all money, but please. Hmm. So, uh, Contreras, not nothing to scoff at, right? Not nothing to scoff at there. So, some of these riders are strike. So Contreras likes the fastball. This is just the fastball. Contreras like the fastball. Some of these guys will strike out. Usual suspects: Hoskins, House, Contreras, and Churio. They got higher K rates on that fastball. I put the rest of the pitches in there. These guys just don't look. Um, I think I'm checking it out this weekend and give it a go. Um, uh, I don't know if you follow me on X or anything like that, but you can send me send me a DM, and I'll try to get a promo code or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see, we'll see, right? But yeah, if you follow me on X or something like that, just shoot me a DM. Now on YouTube here, this is my primary place. This is where I'll be at no matter what. So I definitely would suggest you guys, subscribe to me on my YouTube. I'm gonna be on my YouTube no matter what. But they got it set up now to where you could have like a community or something like that. So I will be posting a little something on YouTube as well. If people like to support me, I do have Dub Club where people can support me. Right, it's only $5 a month, and like before I post anything out to the public, I will definitely put it right there. I mean, it's just like some whatever I see first, I'll put it there, and then if I decide to post it, I'll post it everywhere else. And just like if you just appreciate my work and that's what you do, like then it is what it is. You can definitely support me there. And then I also got YouTube channel memberships. You can also support me there, which I gotta tweak the YouTube channel memberships to $4.99, and then those people who do channel memberships, I will be you'll be shot into the Dub Club as well, right? So, or actually the Discord, because the plays come from the Dub Club to the Discord, and then if you channel membership, which was $5 a month, that's another way to show me appreciation. If you like what I do, if you don't, you can just keep on watching. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't have time to watch these longer videos to see what I like. And I'm gonna start putting in a list because my content schedule is gonna change because I have to my work schedule changing. So now I'm forced to put out, you know, write-ups and screenshots and lists and shit of bats that I like now. So I'm gonna have to do that in stacks and stuff like that. So so I'm forced to do that now because I'm not gonna be able to go like I just off for like 5 days like vacation right now. But it is what it is. So back where we were. Yeah, so I just don't feel I want to get to any of these bats. Truth be told, he's throwing that fastball 50% of the time, and I'm wasting. I ain't gonna say I'm wasting time, but they just don't look sexy to me. These bats and none of that. I just don't want to get to them, man. Straight up, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to get to them. You know, I don't. Not my favorite game overall. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I like more of pace up games where I expect traffic to be on the basis. But over the course of the last 7 days, Jackson Churio does look good, batting 400 versus this pitch mix. Only 5 for 12, no bombs, nothing like that, no barrels or nothing like that. But you know, it is what it is. William Contreras, for that fastball, he's been looking good, bro. He's been looking good the whole season. He will strike out. They've had greener spots, greener pastures for sure. The lefties, I'll toss the lefties up there for a second, but I really, 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 really want to get off this game. I want to get to about two more games, some higher total games where I expect runs will be put up at, and then we'll see go on from there. Now, Sal Frelick is somebody who don't strike out much, so you can look at him for a tapper or something like that. Christian Yelich, savvy veteran, isolated powers up on his pitches. He's throwing a fastball to the lefty 63% of the time, so I could definitely single out that. So he's throwing a fastball predominantly. If you want to go look at numbers for the fastballs and stuff like that, so here we go. So Frelick not striking out. Yelich got 3 bombs. You know, so Bryce Terang, Christian Yelich, as of late, last month, 7 for 13, betting 500 versus that fastball alone. So he's been hitting that fastball as of late. Christian Yelich last 2 weeks. Isaac Collins, Christian Yelich, Christian Yelich, huh? So last 7 days, 4 for 6, Christian Yelich with a bomb on that fastball. So if I'm looking for somebody for some hits or something like that on this side, would be somebody like Christian Yelich and William Contreras. And then on the other side, I like a few bats on the other side. I like for I like Minnesota in this one, bro. Straight up. I'll just tell you that. Buxton, Walner, Castro, Larnick, don't mind those guys. They look good. Brooks Lee looks good at times. Todd France looked good at times. We need to see who's gonna be in the lineup, and we'll figure it out from there. Mizorowski, he's a good pitcher, bro. Don't be surprised. He's a good pitcher, and then lean towards the over walks for him at 1.5. It's a parlay piece, but it is what it is. This Arizona and Colorado game. Um, Look, Arizona Diamondbacks ain't shit. I mean, they bullpen ain't shit, right? Then Colorado, they've been balling as of late, but we got cores. And what do we have with cores? Temperatures in the 90s with winds out to right, 10 to 15 miles an hour at cores, great hitting weather, bro. So I do not have to look at these pitch mixes, man. This is Coors Field. If you don't know about Coors Field produces a ton of runs. You can see it in the total. The total is probably around 12 and a half right now, or maybe 11 and a half. Let's see, 12. So starting this series off, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the over, and let's see if I can keep on hitting the over, right? But I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the over here. Zach Gallen ain't been Gallening. Gomber, Gomber pitched good last time out. I didn't take a look at Gomber. But boy, I think Gomber pitched good. Didn't he? I think he pitched against the Braves. Fuck the Braves up, man. Gomber. Didn't he, man? Let me see. I think I put money on them to go upside his head. I think what's the name showed up that game though, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think he only pitched one game this season. Yeah. 5 innings, 2 hits, shutout baseball versus the Braves. Look at the splits last year, Gomber. Um, he gave up 30 bombs, 20 of them, 21 of them came to righties. At home, he gave up 6 home runs to lefties and 10 home runs to righties. That was last year. I don't know what to expect right now. It's truth be told, but He's a righty, and if you're here with me every day, you know that these motherfuckers are green as hell versus right hand pitching, man. Straight up. Arizona, they green as hell versus righties. Uh, so I'll just give you a glance. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. I thought Gomber was a righty. Gomber is a lefty. Mmm. Shit, I'll bet against Arizona versus a left hand pitching, but not right now, right? I'm just looking for runs to get put up here. Um, they hit righties better than they hit lefties, bro. Damn, what is he throwing? I thought he was a righty. What is Austin Garmer doing? It was only one game. Change up and a fastball. Mm. You can throw all that shit out the window, though. I'm telling you, this is cores. Let me take a look, though. Let's look at those lefties first. Mm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these guys versus lefties, bro. Straight up. But what's the team total? Let me see what the books got their team total at. This is gonna be Marte for me. If I'm sure betting Marte. This boy too though. Carroll, I'm still betting Carroll. I'm still gonna bet Carroll. Even if it's in a parlay, I'm still betting him. 6.5. 6.5. Favorite it. Oh my God. Not even plus money. Damn. It's crazy, man. It's crazy work. But it is what it is. So Josh Naylor, Corbin Carroll, they don't look too good, man. Look at that. Look at that versus lefties. Mm-mm. Mm. But it's course field though, bro. You thinking nail a bomb? I couldn't talk to anybody. I think you can hit a bomb in there, bro. Straight up. It's Marte Day to me. For me, it's gonna be Cattell Marte Day for me. It's gonna have to be. Um, we've been waiting on him. We've been waiting on him. He throwing that change up 50%. Well, he threw a lot of change up. Hmm. Let me see something here. Hmm. Now Marte been hitting righties better. So he threw the four seamer, splitter, change up. So you know he gonna throw that change over for. So last year to righties, Four seamer was getting lit the fuck up. Expected batting average 300. Slugging 607. Expected slugging 593. Then that change up. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how good he's gotten. He gave up 21. So yeah, he gave up 21 bombs to righties. 10 on that fastball, 4 on that changeup, 4 on that knuckle curve, and on that slider. Um, let's go back to them righties. Oh, okay, we on that righties. Changeup, four seamer, curveball, changeup, four seamer. What did he do? Changeup in that four seamer 10, changeup 4, and then slider 4. Okay. All right, let's take a look. I was just looking at some of last year's numbers. I don't know. You see that nigga hit 2 hits at 2 at bats versus lefties. Home run from Naylor and Carverson and round robin. You can't round robin on the you don't want to round robin the same team. Can't you don't want to round robin the same team. Better off playing them straight. Numbers gonna be inflated. Numbers gonna be inflated. All right, let's see. Mm, mm. Uriel, he ain't struck out he hasn't struck out as of late. Lee, Tell Marte, 3 for 10. Not a big sample size here. Marte had been hurt a lot too, but not a big sample size as of late. Last 2 weeks, he's 1 for 3. That one was a bomb. Probably the last bomb he hit. Shit. Probably the last bomb he hit. Yeah. Single player Marte will hit. Like this website. Yeah, man. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and DM me if you ain't, and then we'll figure something out. I'll see something. All right. Yeah. So, mm, it's too hard to gauge. This ballpark produces runs, man. It's too hard to gauge, man. Trust me. I ain't gonna say trust me, but you should know. You should know. So anybody can hit a home run in there, man. Just keeping it funky with you. Anybody can hit a home run in there. It'll be the. I ain't gonna say it'll be the over or nothing, but I am gonna sprinkle on the over just to see. But man, just have fun, man. Have fun in there. I'm gonna find me a plus 200, plus 300, some type of way. I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving that game with something. I ain't even gonna try to get all Gallon, man. I'll look at Gallon for you guys. Um, Gallon getting his ass tore up. Um, 9 bombs to righty for Zach Gallen. To lefties, 6 bombs. On the road versus lefties. Um, 3 of those bombs come on the road versus lefties, and to righties, um, 4 of his 9 bombs come on the road to righties. He's been striking out righties a little bit more on the road. Since he's giving up 9 bombs to righties, we'll look at the righties here. Colorado, Goodman. Anybody like Goodman? What's he throwing? Feels like a Goodman day. 55% to the fastball. He's giving up 3 bombs on the fastball, 3 bombs on the knuckle curve, 3 bombs on the slider. So we'll look at the fastball since he's throwing that 55% of the time. Um, in altitude, we'll see what's going to happen. So Hunter Goodman's got 3 bombs, 29% K rate. Jordan Beck's got 3 bombs, 32% K rate. Doyle has 1 bomb, hasn't looked good versus that fastball. How about at home though? How about at home? How about at home? Um, mm, okay. Tovar. Everybody likes a fastball, right? So they've been balling as of late, right? Let's see what they've been doing as of late then. Um, Strada ain't struck out versus that fastball, has not. These boys will strike out though, boy. They will, straight up. The last 2 weeks where they just been beating everybody down. Orlando Arcia batting 400. Well, he's 3 for 7 on that fastball. Mm. Goodman and them ain't looking too good as of late. Okay, last 7 days they've been balling. Got to get them their moments. They will strike out too. Full pitch mix. That was just a fastball. Toss in a full pitch mix. So I guess Goodman is not the best versus that fastball there. So the rest of those pitches pushed his average out to about 290. Jordan Beck 299. A lot of strikeouts in the lineup here. Estrada, as of late, been playing good with a 13% K rate, 379 batting average. Keep an eye out to see if he's going to be in the lineup. At home, over the course of the season versus these pitches, Jordan Beck 368. Um, man, some strikeouts in there, boy. Woo, man. All right, so how about as of late here? Let's go to the last 3 weeks. So the last 3 weeks, mm, that's so hard for me to gauge these boys here. Last 7 days, so hard for me to gauge these guys, man. It's my least bet on team. Cuz money line, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think I was leaning towards the I was leaning towards the over. Boyd hasn't lost a single game this year at home. Boyd, he got some good strikeout stuff, man. The weather though in Chicago points towards runs. Got an over under 9.5 there. Um, what I looked at so as of late, the Cubs right hand batters didn't look so good, but the lefties, it was Pete Crow, uh, Tucker, and Michael Bush. The lefties bats didn't move me. Now on the flip side, on the road, Seattle looked pretty good versus lefties over the course of the season, but small sample size, but still looked pretty good. As of late, I don't know, man. The bats, the Seattle bats ain't been my friends. But versus this pitch mix here, Julio looked okay. We know who Kyle Riley is and what he does. Polanco's got like 3 bombs off of Boyd, and Rosarina was okay on the road versus lefties. I'm very undecided in that game. I don't know what to do. I don't bet a lot of games. I don't bet a lot of games, but yeah, Boyd ain't lost a game this year, and he's definitely getting some Ks. His Ks at 5.5, juiced up, probably at 6.5 by now. In instances, Seattle will strike out. But you know, if they Seattle can also very well come out on fire. The Cubs ballpark is one of the most uh, affected parks by weather, and we do have wind there. That's why we see a 9.5 total. We'll see what's gonna happen. I don't know. Uh, I couldn't talk off any bat here in this game. I try to like a game, like a bat or something like that. I like Marte. My favorite bat in this game. I'll just put it at that for you guys. Okay, but I expect a lot of runs here, so we'll see what's gonna happen. But I'll tell you, Arizona is not as good as for versus lefties as they are versus righties. But last year, I was looking at some of those numbers. Everything Gomber threw last year was getting damn near getting put in the Raptors. He was getting smoked by righties. Um, Houston Astros at Angels here. Not a game, not my favorite game. Over under 8.5. But I will tell you this: these Angels will strike out. Hunter Brown K's are in play for me, so I like Hunter Brown K's. And I haven't been able to really put up. The Houston Astros hadn't seen that many lefties. Excuse me, they hadn't seen that many lefties, man. So um, they look very good versus lefties. I do want to take a glance at Kikuchi here, just to take a look and see, get a refresher to see where he's at, see where he's been trending at, and then because I'm gonna go going right past this game. Uh, Kikuchi Houston hasn't faced Houston this year. Um, he's given up more than 3 runs twice. Uh, he has a 39% walk rate with a 21% K rate, and he's given up all his bombs to righties. Right? He's got 9 home runs. All of them come to righties. Okay, so um, he's pitching his worst on the road. Houston will be they'll be at home, so that's he's got that working for him. Okay, at home versus righties, he's got 236 batting average. He's giving up 2 bombs on home versus righties. On the road versus righties, he's giving up 8 bombs, 7 bombs. Oh, pitching outs on the 18, yeah. 6 innings every time. Right. I think I'm gonna leave AZ off and just play Marte. I don't know, man. Don't get me see Arizona bullpen is terrible, right? So man, you could look at that 4.5 looks kind of interesting considering 4.5 team total looks kind of interesting considering how good Colorado has been playing as of late, but they haven't been at home, right? So coming home, we'll see what's gonna happen coming home. But right here though, Kikuchi been pretty good at home, man. He's been pretty good at home. Um, he's been pretty good at home. Me, where I want to attack this at is the strikeouts. Uh, versus right hand pitching um, this year. Um, Angels 26% K rate, 93 WRC plus. Last 30 days, Angels versus right hand pitching, third in striking out, 91 WRC plus. Um, last 14 days, Angels third in striking out, 79 WRC plus. So, you know, when you're looking at Brown here, he's got that shit, right? So, that's one thing. You gotta wait. We're definitely looking at a lot of righties. Don't know if he faced his team this year. Hasn't, right? So looking at some of his splits here, um, he he's given up 5 bombs to lefties, 2 to righties. Um, on the road versus lefties, uh, 2 bombs on the road versus righties, 2 bombs. His strikeout percentages and things of that nature. He's got um, in general a 33% K rate to lefties and a 31% K rate to righties. At home versus lefties, he's got a 41% K rate. He'll be on the road 28% K rate to lefties, and on the road 30% K rate to righties. Right. I'm looking at him to sit their ass down, all the way down. Right. Uh, his strikeout prop is sitting at 6.5 and a -160. So just look for the 6.5 at parlay piece and 7.5 at good clean money. You could definitely get you can get them at 10Ks, 9 and 10Ks for plus money as well. Um, 9Ks at plus 230, 10Ks at plus 450, 8Ks at plus 128. Um, he's just coming off of a 12K game versus Minnesota, 9Ks versus Cleveland, 8 versus Tampa Bay, 8 versus Athletics. Like, yeah, 4 versus Tampa Bay. then 9 at Texas, 9 Cincinnati, 9 White Sox, 9 Kansas City, 9 Toronto. Impressively, Toronto, a 7 and an 8 down there. Listen, even if I'm using a 6.5 as a parlay piece, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. It is what it is. And then you could also look at his pitching outs. Don't know where his pitching outs is at. It just uh, feels like a spot where he can probably get up to over 6.5. I'm sorry, I pushed the wrong button here. Let's take a look at his pitching outs and see where they at. If it's at a 17.5 as a parlay piece, that's a yes for me, please. But I'll take my L's when it comes, man. I lose every day. Pitching out sitting at 17 and a half at a parlay piece. I gave out a couple of parlay pieces. You could take the boy walks at 1.5. Milwaukee pitchers at walks 1.5. Put it with that, right? You could take the Grom. You could take the Grom pitching outs and put it with that if you want to at 17 and a half. His is at the Grom's at a 17 and a half, which I do like that. I have interest in that. Pitching outs for DeGrom. Uh, you put those two together, you can get plus money. It's a lot of ways you can get plus money if you like it, right? If you like it. Not trying to shove anything down your throat, but he's won 6 innings or better most of the season, right? Every game except for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, if my eyes not deceiving me. So that's where I'm at with that situation. Uh, I'm gonna skip over the bats and things like that. Not even gonna look. I'm not even looking at bats in that game. Truth be told, try to save a little time here. Where are we at now? Damn, this is a lot of work, man. 3 games left, man. Cleveland, we got a 9 on this one. Oh, Boston Red Sox. I can tell you right off the gate, man. Looking at this Boston Red Sox game, of course, who's not gonna put money on Devers today, right? Who's not gonna put money on Devers today? Dodgers face a decent lefty. How many times? How long we been going? Two. I say we're gonna go to 18 more minutes, see what I can come up with. Um, the Royals been good on the road as of late, so we'll see, right? I'm ready to tap out, man. I'm ready to tap out. I'm ready to tap out. These lives are long as hell, man. These lives are long as hell. You know what I'm saying? Give me a like, drop a like, retweet, whatever the case may be. Damn, can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? That's why, man. Whew, let's go. Fuck it. Let's go, man. Lorenzen and Pavetta. I'm gonna have to speed this shit up some type of way here. Um, mm, Lorenzen. I got 30 minutes, man. I got 30 minutes here. I got 30 minutes. Who they going up against? San Diego? Right. Oh, yeah, 7.5 over under here? Hmm. Pavetta? Hmm. Okay, Lorenzen. 14 bombs. On the road, he's giving up runs on the road. Giving up bombs on the road. 6 home runs to lefties, 5 home runs to righties. Bogart's 4 for 4 versus him. Tatis got a bomb. Tatis warming up, ain't he? 4.5 team total for the Padres. Let me see something. On the road. Let's see. Last 30 days. 112 WRC plus for Kansas City Royals. 18% K rate, 391 plate appearances. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool there. Um, Last 2 weeks on the road, Kansas City Royals. 124 WRC plus and 149 plate appearances. They're hitting on the road. Last 7 days on the road. Okay. They whatever they doing it on the road. Okay. Boy, I don't. I'm looking at the over. I'm looking at the over, man. I did not look at that game for. I couldn't even tell you gonna win that game, bro. Straight up. I'm looking at runs to be put up there. I can't tell you who's gonna win that game. I can't see it. That bullpen for Arizona is bad, man. I don't know who's gonna win that game, bro. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the over and be done with it. No, not done with it. I'm mostly betting props in that game. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look. Lorenzen, Lavetta, Pavetta, 7 and 8 bombs versus righties versus lefties. Pavetta 2 bombs. He's pitching his best versus lefties, and then 6 bombs versus for Lorenzen. On the road, Lorenzen. All 6 of those bombs to lefties come on the road. Reyes, Sheets, Cronenworth. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's the line? Padres minus 160 plus 130 on the run line. Okay. Hmm. I don't know why I feel like the Padres is about to beat up on Lorenzen, but we won't see. Lorenzen is throwing change up. Okay, let's get him up there. This is to lefties. Wait a minute. Okay. So we know Reyes just don't strike out or whatever, right? He got a 1% K rate, so we know he gonna make content. So contact. Gavin Sheets, 7 bombs on this pitch mix here, 23% K rate. Jackson Merrill's not in. Cronenworth has, I think Cronenworth is the one who got him for a bomb. Was that Brooke Garrett or whatever? I don't know. But at home here, hmm, okay. Gavin Sheets, okay. Last month, hmm. No, so we gotta look at them the last 2 weeks, right? Last 2 weeks, last week ish. They started to hit a little bit more. Gavin Sheets would be the one that could probably take him yard from the lefties. His barrel was up. Gavin Sheets been hitting home runs this year. 11% K rate. The K percentage is impressive. 0 for Wade. 11% for Gavin Sheets. 16 for Cronenworth, and 0 for Reyes. So I'll be looking at the Reyes and Gavin Sheets and shit like that, right? Last 7 days is probably where they started to really, really hit at Cronenworth, 4 for 11. Gavin Sheets 3 for 10, whatever case may be. It is what it is. Um, Machado, he's been hitting, man, but has uh has we waiting on Tatis. Tatis been hitting a little bit lately though, so shout out to him. So over the course of the season, stuff like that, I'm gonna have to fast forward that and get to lately, right? Because I want to say the last 6 weeks, um, some of these averages can go down, you know, down. Tatis 250. The strikeout, not striking out, is what's really, what I really, really like there, right? So get down to the last month. Last month here, Machado's been hitting the whole season, hitting this pitch mix the whole season. Last 2 weeks. Now Tatis creeping back up, batting 320. Right now, he's creeping back up. The same three usual suspects are not striking out, so we definitely like that. In the last 7 days, Machado average is down, but Fernando Tatis average is up. So that's something we definitely want to keep an eye out on there. It would be Machado and Tatis and probably Sheets. We know Reyes gonna hit, right? But what does this look like stacked up against the other bats and stuff like that? So we'll definitely take a look at Kansas City and see what that do. Pavetta does got some decent K stuff. Versus righties, Pavetta got 28% K rate. Versus lefties, Pavetta has a 26% K rate. On the road, this is one of the least striking out teams here. We'll see how they numbers stack up versus his numbers there. And as you can see, Vinny Pasquantino, Massey, Isbell, all these guys over the course of the season, strikeouts are down there. Vinny's got 8 Ks. Take a look at Pavetta just to take a quick look and see what these guys have done. And he probably haven't seen a lot of these guys. I don't know. Let's see. Salvi got a bomb. Who doesn't he have a bomb off of? So, man, right? So, whatever. Uh, going back to going back to Cali. All right. Hmm, on the road, Vinny on the road. So Vinny, he's got 8 bombs versus this pitch mix, batting 299 in general, 13 extra base hits. On the road, 7 of his 8 bombs come on the road, and 10 of his 13 extra base hits come on the road. Okay, so they on the road. He's got a 9% K rate on the road. In general, he's got a 9% K rate, so it don't phase him. So Vinny is somebody who we can at least expect to get a hit or can add fuel to the fire. But we're gonna see if these righties got fire to go with it. Now Cags down here, um, he's 5 for 22 versus this pitch mix. The barrel was up. He just hit 2 bombs the other day. It might have been yesterday, but it was not versus this pitch mix. So bringing it on in to the last month. Vinny's batting 400, 2 bombs, 3% K rate. On the road, he's batting 500, 15 of 30, 6% K rate. That's Vinny. Last 2 weeks, Vinny 7 for 19. 2 bombs came within the last 2 weeks. Cags 5 for 19 within the last 2 weeks. Last 7 days, the motherfuckers cooled off. 1 for 7 for Vinny, but that one was a bomb. So it is what it is, right? 57 flyby, whatever. That's one last 2 weeks. Last 7 days, rather. So all season long, Vinny been hitting, and then the last 7 days he's 1 for 7 versus this pitch mix. So how do you feel about that? We'll see. So let's see what the righties look like, right? Because Vinny will be mixed in with those righties up in there. I definitely want to see what's name been kind of hot lately. Maquil Garcia. We'll see what's up. So versus righties, Pavetta, 7 bombs versus righties. 28% K rate versus righties. Now, let me get the pitch mix in there. Now, I mean, these guys don't strike out much, as you can see. Um, okay. They don't hit for much power either, right? They don't hit for much power. So I hit the away switch right now and see what we can come up with. Bobby Witt on the road, batting 353. He's hitting better on the road. Michael Garcia is hitting better on the road. When I take the road switch off, Bobby Witt go from 353 to 270. Michael Garcia goes from 261 to 308. Okay. So some of the usual suspects are hitting better on the road. How about as of late? So they're hitting better as of late. Michael Garcia, no bombs on this pitch mix. Bobby Witt, 237. Lofton. On the road, Bobby Witt, 400 on the road. Okay, so I don't know what to think about this one. I guess it would be San Diego or nothing, but those bats just don't move me, right? But I will say you definitely got to keep an eye out on Caglione there. Bobby Witt has been good on the road, and Pasquantino has been good on the road as well. How much of that moves your needle, right? San Diego are 160 favorites on the road. I mean, at home, one minus 160 home favorites. We'll see what's going to happen. It'll be an interesting game there. It'll be an interesting game. It will be. It's got an under feel to it, but maybe an under. What's the team total for 3.5? I'm not messing with none of that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If I was to pick a side here, would it be San Diego? I don't know. Coming off that series with the Dodgers, a little animosity. I'm undecided. I don't bet a lot of games, bro. I don't. I don't. So it's hard for me to figure things out when it comes to these games. Oh man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through these last 2 games, but this I'm gonna look at this Cleveland game because it's got the 9 over/under, and if I see anything in these last games, I'm gonna post it. Right? We got. I said I was getting out of here at 12. We got 16 minutes. Right? I'm gonna look at this Cleveland game because this is the one that's got the higher total of the 3, and let's see what we can get to. Bybee on the mound, Springs on the mound. So we'll take a look at Bybee here. Y'all see I'm tapping out. Bybee. But I'll still be looking at it. I can go to the Discord, shit like that. The Dub Club, post something in there if I see something, you know. But Bybee, he's given up 14 bombs this year. 2 of his last 3, well, 4 of his last 7 games, 6 games, he's went over 6 innings there. He's a little bit all over the place for my liking, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, but his splits will tell a different story. So, on the road, he's giving up a 484 batting average on the road there. I mean, an ERA, I'm sorry. Um, he's given up 14 bombs, 8 to lefties, 6 to righties. On the road, he's given up 6 home runs to lefties, 5 home runs to righties. He will be on the road today. All right. K percentages for him on the road 17 and 18 to lefties and righties. Um, so yeah, right. He could give up some runs or whatever case may be. Now going up against these athletics. Right now we got an over under 9 team total. This is I like this ballpark. I like this game for runs. We're going to like this game for runs. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. So, team totals, 4.5 for both teams. Um, um, yeah, 4.5 for both teams. Okay, okay. I really want to see what Tanner Bybee is throwing. I really want to see what he's throwing. I really want to. I really want to bet on Rooker because he owed me some money. He owed me some money, bro. Straight up. Um, Athletics versus Cleveland. All right. So what we do know is Jeffrey Springs can't give up bombs to righties for sure. And um he will see what's the boy name? Uh he'll see damn man, come on now, y'all. Help me. J Ram Rodriguez, right? But these boys here, Cleveland will strike out, right? Cleveland will strike out. Now, Jerry Springs got a 19% K rate to lefties, to righties, and 17% K rate to lefties. But there's times where he could, he can go out there and, you know what I'm saying? He can go out there and strike out some folks, right? Everything got to be right. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be right. So what I'm saying here is, so right here versus Kansas City. Nope. It was the Angels, right? And we couldn't get his strikeouts. We couldn't get his strikeouts for none in the world, man. He went out there and gave their ass 8 Ks, right? Followed by 7 Ks from Minnesota. These two teams, the Angels and Minnesota, they will strike out versus lefties. Then he's going to see this Cleveland team. This Cleveland team will strike out versus lefties too, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we'll take a look at this lefties here. But we'll see. Let's see. Cleveland over the course of the season, 24% K rate versus lefties, 76 WRC plus. Um, Last 30 days, Cleveland, um, ninth in striking out, still top 10 with a 70 WRC plus and 352 plate appearances. Last 2 weeks, Cleveland, 22% K rate, 183 plate appearances. K rate is getting a little bit better. Last 7 days, how have they been? Cleveland. So they're getting a little bit better. But the WRC, that was only a 37 plate appearances, so I'm not going to count that. So it's, they ain't been the best. They has not been the best. They have not been the best versus left-hand pitching. So I don't know if we'll get a pitching strikeouts because sometimes they put an opener out there for him. So let's see if we get a line. Jeffrey Springs 4.5 at minus 120. So I say that to say if you want to take a stab at his case, you get a 4.5 at minus 120, 5.5 at a plus 180, 7 at a plus 350. Right? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying. When you get the matchup, then you get the matchup, right? So, I mean, he's coming off of um, Kansas City don't strike out, right? Then you got has he taken advantage of the opportunities versus the Angels? Yes. Versus the Minnesota? Yes. Philly, San Francisco. So I would say he's hit his K's when he's supposed to have, probably. So, but can he hit him today, right? And one thing I do want to do is filter this to on the road. Uh, Left hand pitching on the road last 30 days. Cleveland on the road 100 on the road last 30 days. Only 153 plate appearances, but a 27% K rate with a 26 WRC plus. Now I have to look at the pitch mix to make sure my eyes aren't deceiving me because Jeffrey Springs, his K numbers ain't wowing me or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But to righties, and then I can look at it at home, 18% to righties. At home, 18% to lefties. So we'll see. So we'll take a look at the righties. We'll take a look at the lefties. So Cleveland, okay. Jeffrey Springs, okay. Get his pitches up there. What is he throwing? Slider, fastball. I ain't gonna single them out. I'm gonna leave them up there. So not a lot, not a big sample size, but as you can see over here, all the strikeouts. Stephen Kwan, of course, he don't strike out, but Bo Naylor will sit down, right? Cal Manzardo, only a few player appearances. Don't know if he's gonna be in the lineup, but he will sit down. Schneeman will sit down. Jose Ramirez, okay, he gonna be hitting from the right side, but he tried it once this season. But yeah, like, mm-mm, you know. So they don't even look good. They don't look good at all. I mean, seven, whatever, right? Um, so Manzardo, I'll be looking for Manzardo, see if he's in the lineup. Now, he's Jeffrey Springs only giving up one bomb to lefties. I'll be looking for Manzardo. Mm, okay. All right. Well, flip it over to the righties, right? Now, Jeffrey Springs giving up 11 home runs to righties, bro. So let's get Springs up there. He hasn't seen much of these guys. Santana's got a bomb. Ramirez got a bomb. That's good to know. Okay. Now, uh, Ramirez has been lights out, so I know I'm gonna like him no matter what. Right? He's only got a 5% K rate, no home runs, but he's batting 400 versus this pitch mix. Wait, I'm sorry. I don't have the right pitch mix in there. Let me see what he's throwing to righties. Changeup 41% of the time. So he's got 4 home runs on that changeup, 5 home runs on that fastball, and 2 to the slider. I ain't gonna single one pitch out. Let's get nosy. Let's get nosy. Changeup. Let's get nosy. Changeup 41% of the time. Ramirez not striking out. Santana not striking out. Santana and Ramirez historically hit lefties well. Those two bats that I do like. Ramirez, Santana. And then uh, Manzardo looked okay, so we got to see, right? Let's see something. I don't even know if Manzardo been in the lineup or is he hurt or I don't know. I don't know. So Manzardo, okay. Then the rest of these motherfuckers, you want to count their strikeouts out too. So I mean, I ain't even gonna move into nothing. I want that's the change up. The fastball. Okay, who doesn't love a fastball? All right, let's get that fastball up there. Ramirez, Angel Martinez. Okay, Ramirez. What about Santana? Okay. All right, let's throw them all up there. Let's see. Everything. So nobody's got more than 2 bombs. Araya is a strikeout candidate. Jonsky Noel, Hedges, Wilson, Fry. Be on the lookout for those guys. See if they're in the lineup. Martinez, Ramirez, and honorable mention Santana for sure because of what he's a savvy veteran. Last month here, truth be told, I ain't gonna lie. Ramirez will probably be the only motherfucker I'll be betting on because he's just so consistent. I don't know. What's his pitching outs too, just in case. I get scared of his strikeouts. Pitching outs, 17 and a half at a minus 120. That means Jeffrey Springs will have to go six. Um, one, three of his, one, two, three, four, five, six of his last 8 games, he's hit this number. He went 6 innings, 7 innings, 6.2, 6.2. For the most part, he's hitting this number though. He's going six for the most part. I mean, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 We went 10 games. Just 10 games this year. And then the pitches, right? So he pitched good versus Texas. Shit, he went 68 pitches and 6 innings and 68 pitches. No earned runs. He got busy. He was getting busy. But look at the pitches though 100, 100, 92, 98, 106. So I don't mind it, bro. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. At 120, I don't mind it, man. You can get a book like DraftKings that's going to let you bet all that shit and put all that shit together. So this is Jacob DeGrom and Texas Rangers money line. I played that at a plus 110, but if I clear this out, you can come over here and that's major key. A book that lets you put pitching outs with with the money line. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting, right? So you know, like Houston, right? So what do we have here? Pitcher props here. Hunter Brown, 17 and a half pitching outs. And if you like them boys to win, you go money line and pitching outs at a plus money. You know what I'm saying? Just another juice reducer. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how long they're gonna let us keep doing that, but you know, it is what it is. But in this game here, you're gonna want to think a little bit, right? You're gonna want to figure it out. You're gonna want to figure it out, right? So you got fast K's with a potential, with ladder potential, right? Then we got because you're getting the 4.5 Ks for minus 120. And then you get you could bet them all probably. You can go Springs outs at minus 120. What would you get that in this Ks for? That's 160. Or you can take the Ks down. You can go to 4 Ks, still get plus money. 3 Ks get you minus 115. No, you wouldn't go 3 Ks, but you get the drift. If you want money lines or anything, right? You can put it with that. Not a big fan of these Cleveland bats ever, but I'll tell you, Santana hits lefties, right? He does have a bomb off him. Uh, Ramirez hits lefties. Quan don't strike out. Can they be pesky? Can they do enough? Right? Can they do enough? That's what you're gonna have to figure out. Now, I'm interested in the ain't the I'm interested in Wilson and Rooker and the other kid. What's his name? The leadoff kid, the dark kid. Yeah, I'm interested in these bats here, bro. Straight up. So let's take a look. Don't look at these righties for athletics. Tanner Bybee, he's giving up 6 bombs. What's he throwing? Okay, so I know my boy liked that sinker. Rooker likes that sinker for sure. So let's get them pitches in there. Um, okay, and you do want to look at these guys at home because this stadium matters. Okay, at home. So Jacob Wilson, he's in play for me 7 days of the week, all the time. This motherfucker here can hit. Rooker, last month. Rooker batting 300. Rooker not striking out the last month. Jacob Wilson, Urias. That's what I like to say. See, 12% barrel here. Uh, fly ball is not up where we want it to be. Jacob Wilson batting 356 at home last month. 360 for Jacob Wilson. So it is what it is. I definitely like him. Rooker 292 at home. Last 2 weeks, Jacob Wilson 318, Rooker 333. Barrel rates. Rooker's just wait. He need to get that fly ball up, right? It's been down all season. Been down all season. But I don't have to take him for bombs. I can take him for hits, runs, and RBI. Shit like that. I'm fine with that. Mm, 7 days. Keeping it funky with you, it's just I'm looking at Rooker and Wilson for sure. Last 7 days they've been kind of down-ish, but whatever, right? And I'm also looking at Kurtz too. So we'll see right now. And the leadoff kid, I always forget his name. So to lefties, Bybee has given up. He's throwing that fastball, and that fastball, he's throwing that fastball. He's given up 7 extra base hits and 4 bombs on that fastball, and he's given up 8 home runs to lefties. And how many home runs those come on the road? 6 of them come on the road. Okay, so this is probably where we're gonna want to plaster his ass at right here. That's probably where we catch him at. We catch him out there sleeping right here. China Bobby, I want to look at that fastball by itself. Boom, boom. So we can already. Oh man, this team gonna be looking good today. What's the team total here? What's the weather here? Right, Cleveland Athletics winds blowing out at 10 miles an hour in a minor league ballpark. Let's get it, right? Let's get it. Okay. Soderstrom got 5 bombs. Nick Kurtz got 4 bombs. 3 bombs for LB. Soderstrom batting 400 on this pitch mix here. What about at home? I mean, on that fastball. Okay, looks good at home. I ain't even really got to go through the flick on this one here. Okay. Lawrence Butler, last 3 weeks, 6 for 11, 5 extra base hits, a home run. Fly ball for him is up at 40. Fly ball for Soderstrom is up at 80, 66 for Blade, and 100% fly ball on one. Oh, oh shit, that was only 3 weeks. Smaller sample size. Let me move it out a little bit. Okay. All of them looking good. All of them look good. All of them. Can they withstand the rest of these pitches though when I throw them in there? At home, Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz. He will strike out, but he got 17% barrel rate, 4 bombs. Nick Kurtz. Those bombs came off that fastball too, though, boy. So watch out for that. Last month. Come on now, y'all. So Kurtz looking good at home. They hitting better at home last month. Soderstrom fly ball is up. Kurt Exavilo's looking okay-ish. I still like this athletics team to put up runs here. Hopefully they have an outlier game. Because I might end up putting them on my fantasy lineup. These are numbers at home over the course of the season here. Nick Kurtz looked pretty good though. At home, batting 357. Isolated powers up. All four of those bombs came in home. That's a plus. He's just gonna have to watch out those strikeouts, right? So I definitely like Nick Kurtz. Everything pretty much lines up for me to like him. But at the end of the day here, uh, we got like I said, Tanner Bybee is giving up 8 home runs, and then on the road to lefties, and then on the road, 6 of those home runs come to lefties on the road. So lefties get a teensy weensy, any weeny semi bump there because of how bad the pitcher has been. So extra base hits, when you're looking at the ISO, extra base hits and home runs, he has been giving those up to lefties on the road. So, you know, I'll be looking at the lefties on top of. I'll be looking at the lefties, and I'll also be looking at Rooker and Jacob Wilson, right? So, looking at the lines here, we have team totals. Both teams sitting at 1.5. So, both of these pitchers can to give up bombs to righties, and one can give a bomb to lefties. Uh, Bobby give up to lefties and righties. Um, 4.5 favored it to the over for Cleveland, and the Athletics favored it to the under. I still think that's a pathway for them to hit the over. Athletics and hit the over, given the ballpark factors, which is the ballpark and the weather, and so I still lean towards the over team total for Athletics. The ones who I don't think can hit that shit is the fucking Cleveland Guardians, but the books are better than me. They're smarter than me. And as pitching, as for pitching here, I really want to take a stab at the pitching outs for the boy. What's the boy name? Jeffrey Springs, and the strikeouts for Jeffrey Springs. He's got upside to hit his strikeouts and go beyond that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So that's where I'm at, right? That's where I'm at. Boy, it was a long one here. Now the last 2 games I can't get to them. I got life to do, right? So uh I'll look at those a little later on. If I like something, I'll shoot into the dub or whatever, right? The Washington Nationals, LA Dodgers, Boston Red Sox, San Francisco. Taking a rain check on these. I'll look at these later on. So all the way back, all the way back. Um, I like the lefties for Chicago here. And Polanco is interesting. He's got 3 bombs off Matthew Boyd. Rosarina on the road looks really good. Cal Raleigh is Cal Raleigh. Rodriguez is somebody who I rarely bet on, but his strikeout percentage is low versus this pitch mix, and it is what it is. Um, Boyd strikeouts are in play. I don't know what to think of Kirby right now. Pete Crow Armstrong. If I had to take one of these lefties for a home run, it would be Pete Crow Armstrong. His launch angle was up at around 22, 23%. So, but lefties here, it'll be the Cubs lefties, either Bush, Crow, or Tucker. Bush leading the way. Crow leading the way for me. The Grom, I use this parlay piece as 17 and a half pitching outs along with the Texas money line. Close my eyes. Hopefully that hits. I didn't look at bats. I'll tell you one thing, Jacob DeGrom gave up 9 home runs. All 9 of them came to lefties. If you think O'Neill Cruz, Horwitz, or somebody of that nature can get them for a bomb, go ahead. Josh Smith has been hot. Um, New York Yankees, Baltimore. Max Fried, if you want to get to his pitching outs at 17, at 18 and a half at plus 155, couldn't talk you off of it. I think he's hit it 3 of his last 5 games, plus 155. Is it? I mean, it could be worth a gamble. I remember in the beginning and mid of the games that we've been played throughout this season, Baltimore had been terrible versus lefties. They probably cleaning it up a little bit, but it is what it is. Bats. I don't give out Judge and all that shit a lot, but it'll be Judge for me, man. Straight up. Um, straight up. Um, Tampa Bay bats look good at home. I tell you what, versus each pitcher's pitch mix, Tampa Bay bats look better on paper to me than at home than Detroit does. Brandon Lowe, Diaz, Aranda, Caminero, Magnum, and a lot at times. And like I said, watch out for I forget the kid's name, but those guys look pretty good. Aranda is looks definitely looks impressive. Caminero looks impressive at home. Yandy Diaz looks great at times. All the way up until the last 7 days, they kind of like, man, that's Diaz, and I really want to bet Tampa Bay in this one, but who knows? Um, Vladdy, Kirk, I like those two. Um, I didn't. It would be Acuna and Olsen. If I was looking at guys, at least to take their hits, runs, and RBIs, or just a hit, it'd be if I'm looking for a righty on Atlanta, it would be a Acuna. A lefty, it'd be Ozuna. I didn't look at this game. Philly, I didn't look at this Philly game. St. Louis, I expect traffic to be on the bases in this game. I like the St. Louis hitters for a little bit better than I like Cincinnati's, but I still think there's a pathway for Cincinnati to put up some runs here. Ellie De La Cruz looks beautiful, um, like he does every day, right? As of late, um, Palante's got like a 60% fucking ground ball rate, right? And he does throw that fastball about 70% to lefties. Ellie De La Cruz likes the fastball. Gavin Lux look good at times. Friedel does too. As of late, Fraley looks good. Here, Um, lately, Burleson and Contreras has been on fire. Donovan is good at baseball. Mason Wynn looks okay. Herrera looked pretty good. These guys don't strike out a lot, so I expect traffic to be on bases. Good game to string up some hits, runs, and RBIs. It'll be Minnesota or nothing for me in this spot. Joe Ryan has got good case stuff. He'll also give up a bomb. The young kid here, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. If I was to take a bat here, throughout the season, Contreras looked okay. Versus that fastball, which Joe Ryan throws around 50% to righties, and then Joe Ryan's throwing that fastball 60% to lefties. Yelich looked okay there. So if they can catch one, they look pretty good. Yelich and Contreras. Don't know if I'll be betting them. Joe Ryan strikeouts is in play. I hadn't looked at the number. Buxton's been on fire, 3 home runs in his last 2 games. He's not striking out surprisingly versus this pitch mix. So I couldn't talk you off Buxton. Mac Warner, Castro, Correa. I looked at these guys last year versus this pitch mix. They looked good, and they look the same right now. So wouldn't be surprised if Warner wouldn't come out here and hit a bomb as well. Castro will strike out. When he's not striking out, he's hitting. Larnach has been okay. Those first 4 bats, I really couldn't talk you off neither one of them. Castro is the one who struck out the most out of those versus this pitch mix. This kid, he pitches pretty good. He will walk some folks. So 1.5 walks is in a parlay piece at a -1.5 right now. So if you're looking for a juice reducer, he could probably give you 2 walks. We're looking at runs here. Arizona. My favorite bat's going to have to be Ketel Marte, but we're looking at runs here. Hits, runs, RBI, City. We got an over under 12 here in Colorado. Great weather. Y'all know the deal. I didn't look at the bats for the Houston games, but it's the Hunter Brown. It's the Hunter Brown show for me, right? I like his strikeouts. I like his pitching outs. So it is what it is, right? He hit his pitching outs, his strikeouts a lot. It's juiced up at 6.5 in a parlay piece. 7.5, you get that plus 120 something. Uh, hmm. Kansas City has been better on the road. They've been at home. Not my favorite game. Hits for the usual suspects. Couldn't talk you off of it. Pasquantino has been one of the best looking bats on his team on the road versus this pitch mix versus Pavetta. Pavetta does have good case stuff, but this Kansas City team don't strike out much. What up, Tiff? What's going on? It's a wrap. Now I'm wrapping it up. Um, Tanner Bybee, we're giving up home runs to lefties and righties. Springs giving up bombs to hmm, righties. Springs Springs can hit his Ks at 4.5 at -120. He could also hit his outs at 17.5 at -120. He could also get a K ladder going ish, right? If Cleveland's still striking out versus lefties. Now, as of late, last 7 days, they look 10 days or 13 days, whatever. But I still think there's some Ks in there. But this Cleveland team can be tricky. I'm probably gonna sprinkle on Springs K's. The ladder, I don't know. I should ladder his ass. I should, but hey, figure it out. The last two games, I did not. Oh, rewind it back. Jacob Wilson, my favorite bat to get a hit on the athletic side. Ramirez, my favorite bat to get a hit on the Cleveland side. But that fastball that Tanner Bybee is throwing, these lefties really love it there, right? So um, Nick Kurtz at home looked really, really good, man. I couldn't talk you off a bomb for him, right? Couldn't talk you off a bomb for him. Nick Kurtz, right? Rooker, Soderstrom, Wilson, Butler, all those guys that play for me. Truth be told, the dogs could be barking here. This is a small ballpark. It could put up runs here. If you think for some reason that Jeffrey Springs not going to hit his strikeouts, he's not going to hit his pitching outs, you might be wanting to look at the over. Straight up. I'm going to work truck in the morning, going to lunch. Listen to this later on. All right. Peace out. All right, Tiff. It's all good. Um, the last two games, I did not touch on it, did not look at it. And then I will close it out with Jackson. Run back. I told them to give me this top home run best. They gave me Buxton, Colton Cowser, P. Crow Armstrong, Nick Kurtz. There go Nick Kurtz right there. Ronald Acuna Jr. I told them to give me their top bets. They gave me the under in that Brewers game. They gave me Baltimore Orioles. They gave me the Yankees money line. They gave me Braves money line. They gave me Athletics +1.5. Right. And then they gave us Kershaw under 1.5 runs allowed. I don't know what they got that shit from, but it's Jackson, and I haven't looked at that game, so I can't say nothing about it. But a lot of these games, like that, like I said, that Cleveland game, Oakland, you're gonna get, I don't know, +1.5 on the run now. You might be able to. Man, dogs might be barking there. Been here since 6 a.m. Got 5 more hours. All right, definitely, definitely. Peace out, fam. Peace out, man. Damn, that was a long ass live. It is what it is, though. Damn, that was